Welcome back to Russia Madness, session 31. Everybody's out of place. I'll figure it out in a bit. Um, entitled The Hydra. Last session, the group continued sailing after fighting some Sahaugan, Sahuaguis. Um, after defeating them in combat mortal, the group continued on, went under the bridge, big dwarf bridge, very massive, very large. One of the pillars is broken out. In the middle of the night, they go out to check it out because there's camp light. They are sailing around it. They have a small boat attached to the pillar, and they have ascended. And by they, I mean Lose and Kjörn and Vravik have ascended up the pillar. When they got up there, there was a guy sitting there next to a campfire, and he just slowly raises his hat, looking up at you. The hat he's wearing is a wide brimmed hat. Pretty plain, nothing really eccentric about it except for its width. It's probably about a good foot and a half, 2 feet, like radius brim. He's wearing what appears to be kind of a heavy cloak with kind of a hay top around the shoulders. Um, you can't really make up much of his body details, but his face, as it comes into the light, it looks elvish, but extremely pale. He smiles, seeing you.
Um,
Can I help you?
yeah, we saw you up here. It's a odd place to camp, making sure you're alright.
So very interesting. A random happen chance of light, and the two most familiar with me are the ones who come to see me.
Sorry, do I know ya?
You've danced around me quite a bit in your time, Lose Dermagia.
Does he look familiar?
No,
Okay.
he is
Private's
a
hair standing on ends. I don't like this.
pale white elf, big hat, very strange looking kind of cloak covering him up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be,
Uh,
don't be uncomfortable, Vravik Longwhisker. You too dance with me, hiding in shadows, bringing me my due.
sorry, you just don't look familiar, but we're happy to help you if you need it.
Oh, we'll meet again. Not to worry. So, just curiosity. You know what they say about curiosity. Should
Killed the cat, but
No, the rat.
but satisfaction brought it back.
I can offer you neither. Be it a quick demise, or some form of gratitude, or satisfaction. So then, what now? Your plan was to climb high up atop a pillar, accost a stranger at their campfire, with a sniper trained upon me. Kjörn, you can tell Asilius to go ahead and lower that bow. It won't matter. Kjörn kind of grumpy face looks at him. No, that's alright. Don't think I'll do that. If it makes you feel comfortable. But I promise you it is a feckless gesture. So what was your plan? come up here and ask questions of the stranger? Kill the stranger, take his goods.
Weren't really looking to kill anyone. We were just making sure that you're alright. This is a really weird place to camp.
Just like moths to a flame, then. You see a light and you rush towards it, not thinking about the danger.
Well, I think we thought about it. We got the sniper.
As I said, a feckless gesture.
Fair enough. So you don't need help then?
No, not at all. You were doing this because you felt you were going to be helping someone? A mercy mission?
I mean, it wasn't easy getting up here, and it's probably not that easy getting down this way.
It's not how I came about the praise.
Fair enough, but if you're alright, I guess we'll be leaving you.
Kill him. Kill him.
Are you saying kill him?
No.
Kill him!
You
Are we
The
sure?
you have to use magic to kill death. Gauntlet told me this. Can either of you cast spells?
No!
I can't.
Oh wait, I can.
Fucking Jonah.
I don't know that Misty Step will kill him, but yeah.
I have Sword Burst, and Compelled to Duel, and Misty Step.
You should 100% duel an Agent of Death. I think that'll go great.
I got so many
No.
spells, you guys.
So you said you were leaving, so if you are, you are. If you're not, you're not. It just seems like he's kind of, since the ball was taken from the court and you're taking it with you, and the ball being a conversation, he's not gonna argue.
I mean, he doesn't really seem like he wants to. I don't know what he's wanting to talk about. He seems to know us, but we don't know him.
Oh, you know him.
Well, we don't. We
Rabbit
know.
knows him.
We know him, but not in a literal way.
Are you sure that isn't Judith?
I don't
I'm
fucking
100% certain.
Okay.
know. She'll look at Ravik and look at him like, "You're ready to go?" Because I don't know that this guy has any real questions. I mean, he seems fine. He's happy here.
Well,
Why is he here?
less so with you talking. I was well within my trance before you came up.
Oh, sorry. Didn't think you were sleeping.
Again, what did you think was going to happen here? Genuinely.
Just making sure you're alright. Sorry. Don't have to be rude about it.
All right. Well, thank you for your display of mercy and your attempt at assistance. I apologize for being so rude.
Said you were in a trance.
Yes,
Oh,
most
look
of.
at him. He,
Good.
yeah. Look at him. He's got the ears and eye trance.
On top of a pillar. In the middle of nowhere.
No.
So obviously, your motivations might be different than hers. Why did you come up here?
Morbid curiosity.
Oh, but of course you must have had a plan. Some aim or desire.
I was just asked for assistance.
Based
I
on
did wake him up.
based on what I understand of you from your prolific histories, I find it strange that you're so merciful. Did you think I was a bother for your ship? A problem for your star-crossed captain?
Orlando's or the one that wants to buy the ship?
You.
Are you not the captain anymore?
I
Have we,
mean,
already had the mutiny? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Now that like his main two hitters have like jumped onto a pillar, and Astrogoth is currently an NPC. She's like, well, okay, best time for mutiny is now.
She just said, "Yeah, I'll circle it around." And just kept going.
Yeah.
Bye.
One Piece! You guys are like, ah.
We just gotta chill up here. All right. Well,
I guess we're gonna get to know you very well. uh,
Firelight better.
so, is that it then? Just to help. Just to help a friend help. What about you, Kiard? I assumed you would probably have some wares worth taking. But since I'm outnumbered in this, I won't push it. Honesty. Good. I like that.
Steal from him. She'll look at Kieran.
You say that to him?
Yeah.
Varric just rolls his eyes.
It's not like in a judgmental way. She's just kind of like,
Oh, it was a question mark, not a command. Okay.
yeah.
Steal from him. Fucking
You
mug
were-
this guy.
you
Don't gotta ask
were-
me twice.
I was saying you were wanting to steal from him.
Yeah, and he'll nod.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that makes sense. Wasn't really planning on doing that. I was just making sure that he's alright. Could have taken stuff if he was dead, but clearly not.
What if I was alright? But I needed your help. What were you going
Did
to
we
take
help
me?
you?
Take me on your pirate ship? A random stranger you don't know, so close to the pirate lord?
So we are close to the Pirate Lord.
Yes.
I mean, we know roundabout what we need to do, but
It shouldn't
not
be
terribly so.
It shouldn't be too hard for you to see the Hydra on the horizon.
Hydra.
The name of his ship. A craft forged of many other crafts. It looks like shit, but a large number of cannons and can fire in all directions. He, not unlike you, has taken a number of individuals and cast them into my lot. It is why I'm here.
Your lot. She's
Yes.
starting to actually connect the dots a little bit more now.
Varric caught on 5 seconds in. He's like,
I
this guy's
mean,
starting to do
look.
goosebumps. Hell no.
Someone sent him a SpongeBob gif and he was on board.
Look, her intelligence. She's not the brightest cookie.
That's fair, that's fair.
So, are you saying that you're deaf?
There is no death in this world. Many people think of it as one thing, one element, one being. It has never been that. Not even since death was forged into law. It has always been a senate of death.
So you're a death?
No.
A part of death?
The true operatives of death are not allowed on this plane due to covenants forged long ago.
Ain't that some shit?
I believe one of those who enacted that covenant is on your pirate ship.
Oh shit.
But you just said that they're not allowed here.
I didn't say some of them weren't hypocrites.
Who exactly are we talking about?
I do not want to draw the ire of a divine power. So, aside from that, I am a servant of the Senate of Ravens. Specifically, I follow Cosmacalau, the Grey One. It is my purpose in this world to ensure that soul wells do not form where they cannot allow for new souls to enter into the world, or for them to be in ways manipulated. That is my purpose. And from what I understand of fate and foresight, there will be a lot of deaths here soon. Not too far from this place. Due in part to your ship meeting with the Hydra at sea. What I would suggest...
Hopefully that's them, not us.
What I would suggest, not wishing to tilt the balance in any way, but stick to your skills. Don't try to do things outside of your nature. Because they are prepared to do exactly what is in their minds and in their hearts to do.
So don't go helping random strangers like yourself.
Now you're catching on.
Alright, well. Good talk.
I'll be seeing
Thanks.
you.
Enjoy
That's
the
ominous
treat.
as fuck.
Get him on the boat.
And enjoy the bounty, I suppose. She'll look at the other two. You ready to go rejoin?
Kieran shrugs. Yeah, whatever. Fucking elves. And then,
Sorry.
as he's moving towards the rope, the mysterious stranger says, Kieran, one last thing. Tell Asilius he's truly missed. Kieran shrugs it off and starts descending the rope back to the boat.
She'll follow.
They ride a sledge. He's gonna say farewell, Reaper.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Nice to meet you once again.
Gonna get us a copyright strike. Stop it.
God damn it. If you descend down the rope, you get back to the boat, you sail out to, or row back out to the boat, they pick you up.
Great.
Honnold would say, anything interesting?
You could say that.
If you explain it to her, she'll nod solemnly.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
He said stick to our skills, so I guess that's what we'll do.
Hopefully the captain will have a decision on what they want to do.
I sure hope so.
Anything
Hopefully
that
he's feeling better in the morning than he did yesterday.
anything that you folks have in mind to do during the evening hours that were already rolled for, that are kind of already besides?
Probably he's part of the night crew.
Huh?
Is Asilius on the night crew?
Silas is the crow's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Ryder thinks about talking to him. He goes, fuck it. It ain't worth it.
Well, again, Lose, you would know that Asilius is a Shatterkai, which means he's a shadow elf.
Mhm. So it's
An elf from the shadow plane.
yeah. So he would be familiar with the Court of Ravens.
Senate of Ravens, yeah.
Senate of Ravens.
Court of Seasons. That's the life side of the deal.
Right. The one I'm more familiar with.
Yeah.
I am the Senate.
Oh, God.
Um,
Okay. Okay, so yeah, talk amongst yourselves while I look up a thing to post to.
oh god. Okay. This was so the guy was before the long rest or during their long rest.
Yeah, so he would
okay.
come like kind of middle of the night. Right.
Okay. I don't really have anything else to do. She's mostly contemplating of like, who the fuck is he talking about? Some person from another. But like, Castia, she was born like 2 days ago. No, she's just Castia. Oh no.
If you don't have anything else that you want to do throughout the evening time, it'll just come to morning. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm certain that at some point you trance during the evening time. Everyone else is well rested. Astrogoth goes back to his place on the back of the ship. And as you were.
Cape billowing.
100%.
Or coat billowing in the wind.
Both.
Both.
Billowing and bellowing. I can just sing the song.
In the morning, can I actually take a moment as like a sort of meditation to try and get a gleaming or more of a gleaming on the item in question that I need to partake in?
You just said a bunch of big words trying to
thing?
sound smart, and none of them were actually inaccurate. Like
He's trying really hard to avoid taking damage.
so,
Yeah.
Lose comes in.
I gotta
right?
find it.
As
Believe
you're,
me.
as you're
I gotta
mentally
find it.
masturbating and attempting to avoid consequences for your dumb actions, Lose
Yeah.
comes in, and you have something to talk to the captain about, I presume.
Yeah.
Bravik, are you attending with this as well? Or Lose, are you grabbing Bravik to bring him along with you just because he was...
She would have asked him if he wanted to join.
Yeah, come.
Okay.
You don't have to, but
You're dragging him by the tail. Come on.
No,
Claim
I'm not
this.
dragging you. Jeez, who do you think I am?
Gain inspiration, Tom, for spelling it correctly. I just saw it in the chat.
Oh, in the Roll20 chat?
Yeah, I can't believe after 20 plus years you still remember how to spell Blagmending who.
I forget he is.
The fucking Hierophant stone. The priest's tongue.
Oh my god.
So you walk in on Johan,
Yeah.
or sorry, Orlandis. That's a different game. And he's mentally masturbating, staring at his purple, just pulsing purple stone.
It's red.
Redstone.
No, it's not.
It's not red.
It is
purple
purple.
now?
It was never red.
Isn't it red?
It is a red Cyric stone that is no longer red. It has been corrupted purple. Yeah.
Yeah.
We discussed
hold
this.
on. My bad.
Yeah. It should be red.
I think I labeled it as the not red Cyric stone.
That is a good. That is a good
I thought it was like
interpretation.
blue or something.
Gotcha.
You alright? Orlandis.
I was just trying to tune you out 1 minute. Talking to this thing.
Yeah.
Please. Love of God. We're going to the Firelands. We are. The Sea of Fire. What the hell is this?
What?
We gotta make a detour.
Well, I just wanted to give you an update on some things that happened last night. If
Well,
you're not busy, that is, with whatever's going on.
he's still holding on to the stone, but he's there. We were attacked again.
No, we weren't attacked. I just happened to be watching it last night, and there's a little light on this weird little ledge that you can't. It's rather hard to get to. And there was a man there, and she goes on to explain what happened and the Senate of Ravens, and then the weird mention of a being who's not supposed to be here.
Would I know anything about the Senate of Ravens?
Do you have religion trained?
No, just
Then no.
history. Oopie doopie. Okay. Hmm. That is weird. Okay.
Nothing really came of it, but he said that we're pretty close to the Pirate Lord. And to just stick to what we're good at.
Did you mention the agent of death aboard our ship?
I
Oh.
did.
All right,
Uh,
sorry. That seems to be a misconception on your part. Let me make sure that that's clear.
Yeah,
What he specifically said is that the ravens are barred from entering into the world because the divine powers, formed a covenant that
Yeah.
bars them from doing so.
and
And
one
then
of them.
one of the people who signed that covenant
Mhm.
is on your ship.
Yeah, but they also should
Fucking
be
Orlandis.
here, right?
Right. It's all divine powers. Gods are not
Yeah.
allowed to walk in the lands of man.
Yeah.
Well,
This isn't Faerun where you get a game over screen because you told a Lich Queen bitch to fuck
fuck
off.
yourself.
Yeah.
I wish you
I
did.
mean, it could.
Bitch.
But yeah, he said that there was some divine being on our ship. I'm not really sure who he's talking about. Maybe it's that stone that you got.
The stone wrote the covenant.
I am really not sure. I'm not good with the religion stuff. You know what? Maybe we should ask Castia. She's good at religion.
That could work. Maybe she could get one of those visions again.
Suspicious of Castia. You see her cast multiple spells
Yeah.
without a divine object.
Look, she's good at religion stuff, and that's all Lose knows and cares about. So she'll go on Castia.
Yeah, what are you, a priest, Ravik?
I have killed many, yes.
But does that make you good at knowledgeable at priestly things,
He's like,
or does that just make you very knowledgeable
I
about
kick
killing
their little
priestly
icon
things?
away and they can't heal. That's all I know.
He's like, it's like Highlander, so like I kill the priest, I get the powers of the priest.
Oh.
Not even once.
Opens his cloak, he's got a collection of fucking holy relics. Look at him. Shiny.
Anyways,
Oh, hey, that's
Lose
your
will
uncle's
go
too,
fetch
Orlandis.
Castia.
Yeah.
Orlandis will
Wherever
make an
she's at.
appearance on the top of the deck.
Probably below deck, tending to wounds from the little skirmish the other day, and probably helping still patch up boat stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, wherever she's at, Lose will go. Probably asked around to find her. Cassia, sorry to bother ya. Just have a religion question real quick.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he'll know anything about it, but there's this weird guy on the ledge last night. Bravik and I went and talked to him, and Karen. He mentioned something about Senate of Ravens and that there is possibly some divine power who had signed something about Court or Senate of Ravens, and they might be on this ship, but I didn't know if you knew anything about that stuff. I'm not good at religion.
What does that trigger in my head, John?
You already know all about the covenant, so you can just kind of recite that verbatim.
Mhm.
That's knowledge you would have.
Castia will like pause for a second. I don't I don't know why I know, but I think there there's something about the we can't I can't talk priests can't talk directly to the gods. They don't come here.
Yeah, and neither can the Senate, right?
Does the Senate
I
of
think that's
Ravens mean anything
The
to
Senate of
Castia?
Ravens, yeah, you would know. So if you don't know out of character, basically, yeah, it's just the number of beings that are on a Senate that kind of rule over the Dread Realms, aspects of death, and the Dark Zodiac.
They don't sound like very nice people from what I somehow know.
Oh.
Everybody's okay though?
I think so. I just not sure about that last bit that he talked about, the divine being on here. So just keep a lookout, I guess.
No, I mean there was that weird rock that Orlandus got,
That's what I'm saying.
and
Maybe it's the rock.
isn't there the spirit in in the bottle?
Is there a spirit?
The elf, the sea elf.
Oh, that might be it.
Way to pass the blame to everything else. So let's
Good dodge.
let's focus back up on Orlandis for a second here. So you're up on the deck. Did you follow Lose down to listen to this conversation between Cassia and them?
It did anyone need me on the deck when I showed up?
Well, again, they look like they were ready for orders if you were ready to issue them. But the main thing that you're in your head you know to be true is that after spending some time with the logs and the maps that are kind of available to you on the ship, you would know that the Sea of Solid Flame is presumed to exist in the Madramic Ocean, which means that it's kind of closer to the middle of the continent, south of like Parnak, which means you would have to be sailing out of the bay to head that way. And you're pretty sure that your quickest route for that would be staying close to the coast of Ordris and then sailing out from there. So, do you do anything on deck in particular when you come out? Like issue any orders or commands?
Mm. Mm. We do want to avoid the Sahagin. So yeah, I'll tell whoever's behind the helm to stay close to the coast. Just to be safe.
Okay.
Where do we go?
And to prepare the cannons, just in case that Kraken shows up again. And then I'll probably go look for them.
Okay. So yeah, you catch the conversation towards its end. New route.
New route? Who does?
Wait, we're on a new route?
Uh-huh. He just issued a change of direction.
And she wasn't there to tell him, what the fuck are you doing?
So he'd come downstairs, happy in the fact that he is heading in the right direction now.
Hey, we're trying to. They said something about a divine being, and like we're trying to figure out what is that like rock. Is there anything like? Is it telling you something? Like what? Does it have some kind of like sentience or something? Like,
It is not talking to me, if that is what you mean.
well, I mean,
It's,
of course, there's this whole thing about how the divine can't do that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
it showed me a vision when I picked it up. In the beginning,
That kind of sounds like it.
but that is all I got from it.
Mm. Just seems real suspicious.
Did
And
I?
it knocked you out yesterday, or was that something else? Are you feeling alright?
I am okay today, I think.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, it doesn't interfere with our trip to see the Pirate Lord.
I mean, there must be a reason that they don't let divine
Okay.
beings on down here or up here, or I don't know how that all works.
Wherever we are.
All I know is how to use a spear and a shield. That is it.
Didn't you like just like we were fighting the other captain? Didn't you like just like, smack him with some kind of?
Oh Jesus,
Damn it.
this is not good. This is not good at all. I
Rigor,
I'll roll the third.
because of
Damn it.
the stone, I am able to harness the powers of the winds.
You
but like
hear
we can sail faster.
as you're continuing this conversation, you hear a yell from above deck. Sounds like whoever's in the crow's nest is yelling down, basically noting something in the water, specifically derelict in the water, up ahead. And there
I think
seems
that's
So
you.
we hear that. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna scream out to whoever's down here next to the cannons, to get them ready for firing, and then he's gonna go up to the deck.
before you even get back to the top, the calls change to wreck in the water, ship scuttled off the whatever the left side of the ship is. Uh, that one, port,
I believe it's sea left.
starboard. Is starboard left? Is port?
I don't
Sea
know.
left. Hold on, I have a meme for this.
Port side is the back, right?
No, left and right is port and starboard.
Both
Oh, okay.
I just don't know which one's which.
sides.
I think port is
Turns.
left.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure port is left.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
yeah.
Port bow.
All right, now you're throwing extra words, and it's confusing.
Bow
Yeah,
means
port-
front of the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
port is left, starboard
So
is
left
right.
front would be port bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Orlandis is gonna shut up. Are there any survivors?
When you get up there and kind of are looking around, you don't hear any word back. But Morrison, who is in the crow's nest, it looks like he has kind of got a hard focus, and he's keeping an eye out. His arbalist is not too far from him.
Okay. Is it Hanild on the?
Hanel's asleep.
Oh, she's asleep. Okay.
Yeah, she's night shift.
All right.
Yep, and it was an especially long one because she had to actually like steer the ship around.
Sorry.
Gotcha. So, yeah, he'll just say, continue forward.
Okay, so you say continue on course because you'd have to veer left to go to it.
Oh, no, yeah, I just want to avoid it.
Okay, so we're not even going to go check it out. We're just going to continue on course.
Yeah.
Okay, well then they hear the commands. Some of them look confused, and they kind of look towards it like interested but not, and then they do as they're commanded. And Lose, you would notice that the ship is relatively close to shore.
The wreckage one?
No, yours.
No, ours is?
Yeah,
We're not supposed to be.
you're supposed to be fucking off into the bay.
Yeah.
Captain.
Looks at Orlandis. Are you sure we're on course?
Yes, this is the quickest course.
To get into the bay. That's the shore, she'll point to it.
Well, I wanted to avoid any Sahagin or those creatures.
But weren't we supposed to go be finding the pirate lord? He's in the middle, isn't he?
Did we ever get confirmation if he was in the middle?
Yeah, we did.
That's all
Shit.
inside was in the middle of the day.
Mutiny.
Shit.
Mutiny.
I gotta
Mutiny.
go to the middle now.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Mutiny.
Alright, let me just roll that 5d10 real quick.
Well, are you changing course?
Yeah.
You're the captain. You don't have to.
Oh, we gotta.
Do nothing. Just keep it on.
I mean,
We're leaving. Like,
Because Losay's too perceptive.
Yeah, go ahead. If you're
our creepy elf just told us lots of people are gonna die. We're like,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
let's keep going.
I just want to make sure this is clear.
Could
So,
be us, could be them. Doesn't matter.
as you turn to her, acknowledge that there was a bit of subterfuge there, and now you're coming to the realization that honesty mode's kicking in, and you're going to change course and do the right thing.
Yeah.
Literally, as you're standing there looking at
Oh
her,
no!
take the damage. But
Okay.
also, Lose, you watch his blood starts to just drain out of his nose. His face goes stark white, and he kind of keels over and starts just like throwing up on the deck.
Not bad, not bad.
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
she'll literally just like I just did, but standing, just pinch her nose and just be like,
Call him out. Call him.
Okay.
don't think that he's being entirely truthful to us. Damn stone.
Who's gonna
Um,
wipe his face? It's fine.
Are you?
There's
Where were we going, Orlandis?
we need. I don't know why, but for a reason unknown to me, I need to go to the Sea of Flames
See a
and
solid
get
flame.
Sea of Solid Flames to get a priestess tongue or something. I do not know.
No, you,
Otherwise,
well, you would know. That's the thing I gotta
I do
focus
know.
on. So we gotta write this down,
Okay.
okay? You gotta keep this written down. Sea of solid flame, because this is inside of your brain.
okay,
It's
okay.
burned.
You
in
close
there.
your eyes and you see
So-
these instructions on the back of your eyelids.
Just write it down. So sea of solid flame.
Yeah, breach
Okay.
the Sea of Solid Flame and retrieve the priest's tongue and the heart of the sea.
Priests, not priestess. Priests.
Priests.
Yes.
Sorry, my
Very
bad.
specific priests. We've already seen in this campaign.
Or the Black Mendicu if you're nasty.
Yes.
Okay,
If you can pronounce that, you would know it in character.
I cannot. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna bite my tongue if I try to pronounce that.
Persiate it. It is a weird word. I concur. As you
Bite
I
continue,
must.
as you
I
continue
must.
talking, I'm looking for Mac Diesel. Continue.
That's
Okay.
actually how the priest's tongue was formed, is they tried to pronounce his actual name and bit their own tongue off.
And it became a rock, and now it's super powerful.
I
because
guess
of
tracks.
because of this stone, I feel a need to go to the Sea of Solid Flame.
I'm going to eat that stone
So
No,
far.
it gives,
into the sea.
The
it gives
pronunciation
me
was so
power.
good.
Gives you great
I'm
power.
gonna eat that stone. That Blarney stone. Take it right off the boat.
Oh my god.
We told you it was cursed, you
So
fucking
Irish
fool.
and
Give it here.
Scottish.
It gives me power. I need it.
Oh.
Is that power really worth almost dying every morning? Look at you. You have blood dripping down your face and you threw up all over the deck again. You're a mess.
I need this power.
do ya? It looks like it's kind of hurting ya.
Have you seen all
What
of these
happens
sheep?
when we actually find the thing that it wants? What then? Do you still have the power? Is it gonna lay off, or is it gonna be like, oh, go get this other little treat for me? That's probably why the divine aren't allowed to be on this earth.
Do I know what happens when I get it? Or is that
No.
just a fuck around and find out type of thing?
No.
Okay, okay.
You just fucking around finding out, bud.
You're basically a warlock at this point.
Nice!
Yeah.
Okay.
In.
I do
Get
got
the
Eldritch
flavor else.
Blast. I do not know. I just feel better when I have it.
Dog, I
I
think
mean,
that's
I
meth.
felt great doing lots of things, but doesn't mean it's good for you.
I give the med to the
great.
Floridian. Sorry, continue. I apologize for cutting in there.
No, you're good.
Man!
Just some guy, some random crew member. Meth. I need it.
Look, Orlandis, I've lived a long time so far. Longer than you. I've done a lot of things in my life that have felt great, but are not exactly good for me. Is this good for ya?
No, it is not good. But the power, again.
So what you're saying is that you're power hungry?
Well, it is... I've never had the ability to. And he's gonna sort of just, like, emanate some flames in his hand. It's like, I've never had this power, and it is no.
That's a fun little party trick.
He casts fireball at me. This is not a
You can only do cantrips, dude.
I can only do cantrip.
Getting lectured by somebody that rolled a world-altering die.
Oh yeah, that's true.
At least hers is a curse, though. Hmm. What should I do with these?
I mean, I'm gonna let you think about it, but you're quite a mess right now. Just saying. So, if you want to go somewhere else, we need to have a talk with all of us. If you're gonna go be fucking off somewhere else. Because I thought that we were gonna be fighting the Pirate Lord. And then the Denisotmans, that's why a lot of people are here. So just think about that, and I'm gonna go upstairs.
We are already on the top.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
You're in the
I'm going
captain's room.
Oh, we're in the captain. Okay, okay.
Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna
Hey.
go outside.
Okay. I will think on this.
And you can clean up your own mess. She'll kind of point down to the vomit.
Yeah, he throws like a
She'll-
rag on the
She'll
floor.
go out,
Mm.
find a mop, toss it into the room,
Hmm.
leave again.
I've never had to unattune from an item before. Is it like the same where you spend like an hour just like thinking about it?
You try to?
Yeah.
Don't
Cool.
do it. Don't let her talk you out of it.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't unattune?
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
So you would
Coming
know
about me,
a good
yeah.
way to become unattuned from an item is distance.
Okay. Okay.
Distance, mind you, I don't think you'll gain on this ship.
Oh,
Thousands of miles.
so it's a great distance.
It's more than the ship is.
Shit.
Another plane of existence.
Really though. Oh shit. So like after, I guess, like an hour or something or 2 hours, he's gonna like scrabble out of his of the captain's quarters and look for Lose and
Did you change?
Cassian.
Did you change the orders though for the crew? Are they changing the direction they're going?
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell them to go the
Right
the
way.
course that we were planning. Yeah.
Okay. And then what?
Then I'm gonna look for Lose and Castia. Like we're gonna go that original route that we were going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna look for Castia and Lose, and he's just gonna say, I cannot get rid of it.
So did we ignore the wreck? We just kept going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ignored the wreck.
But then we're like, okay, now we're turning left.
Now we're turning left.
Drew's so confused, like, what?
Lose,
Yeah.
it is not letting me get rid of it.
Well, I guess this is a lesson to you. I'm not your mom.
So-
my hair friend.
I will let you know you did just travel 7 miles in the span of about an hour and a half. So just a heads up so you understand how fast you're going in the water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like boats go pretty fast.
Just in case you were wondering how you could put some distance between you and it.
Oh yeah, that was a thought, but like, will that be okay, or does it have
I
to be
don't know, man.
greater?
I don't know.
Shit.
You do
You
what you gotta
could-
do.
Fuck around and find out.
True.
What John was saying is putting it on one end of the boat and sleeping on the other side is not enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, okay, no. If I can get rid of it by tossing it, yeah, I want to try that.
Okay, so you say I can't get rid of it to Lose, then you kind of look off to the edge of the ship and you cast it off the edge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you throw it and your hand kind of goes out over the ship, you watch as it flies out maybe 10 or so feet, stops in midair, and flies so suddenly towards you, it's faster than the blink of an eye. You watch as the point of the Cyrex stone impales his hand. The 18 damage you took earlier goes against your maximum hit points, and that cannot be
Okay.
restored.
All right.
You now have the Cyrex stone in your palm, and there's blood just kind of lancing out of you.
Okay, what have you done?
That does look awfully like well, maybe not divine, but maybe I should try to patch that
I
up.
don't know if you can patch that.
Can we
What if
pull
we
it
just
out?
wrap a bandage around all of that?
Can I still hold the spear?
Mhm.
Or is it okay? All right.
Yeah, you're always
Yeah.
considered to be holding that.
Okay. All right.
The penalty for it being in your hand is that you just took 18 damage off the top of your maximum hit points.
Oh, it's
Okay.
like embedded in his hand now.
Yeah.
Like the
Just like
pirate,
it was-
no,
Yeah,
Just
like
it
the
was in
pirate guy was.
Yeah,
It seems like he tried to get rid of it that way too.
mayhaps.
Sussy.
Hilarious.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Sure.
Well,
Okay.
let me just
I assume somebody else saw this and said something because
let me just add this to the
What the
main
heck?
mission goal.
Now, Castia, you said you were looking at it, like looking at the wound, trying to help him.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a medicine check and a religion check. Okay. If you want to
That's
spend
fine.
inspiration, you can if you want.
Do I like him or not? Yeah, I guess I will.
Well, I mean, if Jonah wants to spend inspiration if he has it. Yeah, I mean.
You
do it.
never gave me inspiration, sir.
Maybe you
you
didn't
gave-
earn it.
You gave everyone else inspiration.
No, I gave Elizabeth inspiration a couple times, and she passed it to everyone besides you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with
I will use
27
it.
on medicine, what you'll note is that it just cored out his wrist. Like, the bones are gone. Like, there is no muscle matter here. There is no bone matter here. The thing that keeps his wrist connected to his palm now is the gemstone. And strangely, as you're looking at it, it's a pretty solid connection. It doesn't look like it's going to be, too bad. I mean, probably painful for the person, but it seems to have embedded itself very specifically in this spot. So it's like right in between the two bones, and it's able to keep the wrist kind of connected. You'd also, I mean, just noting from the blood that came out, it doesn't keep shooting out of him. It seems to have staunched it, so it seems to have kind of locked into him, removing that part of him and the like. So what you would know is if you do remove it, it's going to take some time or very potent magic, specifically regeneration, I think it's called.
Or we could
Yeah.
cut off his arm.
Yeah. Name a more iconic duo than a Jonah character and losing a limb.
I know, right?
It will come out, and it will cause his hand to be less than functional. He won't be able to do minute tasks, but he could like hold a shield with that hand. He couldn't use a sword with that hand. You get what I mean? The religion check was for you to identify the fact that, of course, it's cursed, right? You feel like if you worked quickly under the powers of a remove curse spell, you could remove it from him, toss it, and it would be gone. But again, it will leave his wrists in a state of disrepair, and you would need to kind of use more potent magic to kind of repair it, or it would take time and a number of different kind of just normal healing spells to get him back to fresh hand.
Guess who doesn't have remove curse at this moment in time?
Guess we're stuck with it for a bit.
So when we were with the agitators, you know, when like somebody would get hit with a Denisotvan spear and they had those barbs and like we couldn't just pull it out.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what's going on here. So do you like your hand?
Kind of
How attached are you to his hand?
perfectly attached. I kind of need it, you know, to
Yeah.
fight.
Well, it's kind of part of that now instead of what's normally there. So,
I see.
I
I see.
think it got worse. I guess that's why they don't let divine and evil things on the planet here.
I see.
Yeah. So, the good news is it's not bleeding.
Hmm.
Pretty good.
Hey, DM.
Yeah, I mean,
Without, I guess I'm assuming like up to the elbow, right?
oh, it's in about like, okay, so like it entered here.
Yeah.
It's probably down to about like
Right here.
right below the wrist.
Okay. Okay. Could
And
I still
you're-
attach a shield?
Well, yeah, like I said, you could use it. You could use that hand for non laborious tasks.
No,
So-
if I removed like that part.
Oh, you're gonna cut your own arm off? Is that what your plan is?
I'm maybe if could I still attach a shield to that arm or no?
Yeah, you
No, because
could.
I would have to hold it, right?
Well, no, yeah.
So the demo just shoot into
You,
your
you could bolt a shield to a stub. That's a total thing you could do. You could also attach a hook to make attaching a shield to it easier as well. But I will make sure that I go back to Tom for a second as he's kind of like contemplating this, and you can see the look in his eye. You know, if he cuts his arm off and the curse isn't being withheld, it's just going to burrow into the stump. Like it's going to continue to move into his body because it's trying to like ensure that its curse is being outlived.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's hilarious.
Although if you cut the hand off and then it jumps in there, then you'd have like an arm cannon, like fucking Mega Man.
Yeah, what color is your adamantine plate?
It's like a
Like a dark
what-
blue,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
like
can
a
paint it.
dark blue. Yeah.
brighter blue.
I
So
think
do I go
solid
for the
blue,
aesthetics or should I
I
go
think-
for the aesthetics or no? Should
Jump
I
and
do
shoot,
it?
jump and shoot, man, jump and shoot.
Chat,
think-
what do you think, chat? Should I go for it? Should I go for the aesthetics?
I don't think anybody's in chat. If there is, it's John, and he's probably making pudding. So
I
Okay.
think as I guess kind of the medical officer. Huh? I think it's
You
probably
got
best to just deal with it until we get to Penford, and then maybe do some other things.
So we'll fight the pirate lord, then we'll go to Penford and sort this thing out.
That is fine.
Sounds like a good plan.
Those
Okay. So
darn divine powers.
into the next hex with the other 18 roll. In the distance, as you're kind of going out into the bay, you can hear well off in the distance these kind of
Getting
Cannon
confirmed.
fire.
sounds like cannon fire well off in the distance. And
I couldn't hear any of that. Just saw
I
it
couldn't hear it. I could just see the.
It's moving.
Yeah.
yeah, the mic doesn't
Right
pick.
reading.
Do you have
Anyway,
your noise suppression on?
yeah,
Yeah.
noise suppression's on for Discord, but I think it's the people who are watching Twitch, they heard it. So anyway, the point is you hear the cannon fire. Morrison yells out, "Enemy spotted! Dead ahead!"
Orlandis is just going to say evasive maneuvers and ready the cannons.
You are wanting to approach them with your ship. Okay.
Is it in our direction? Like, is it in our way?
Dead ahead.
Shit. All right.
In a clock spectrum, that'd be 12 o'clock.
Do you know
Are
what they
they-
look like?
I believe that's called wet forward, John.
They are not. Yeah, wet forward, right. Sorry. They are not currently visible from the deck of the ship. He's like 30 feet up and can see them just on the horizon.
Okay.
If
Can we maneuver around them?
If we don't turn about, yeah, you'll be able to see them very soon. So, yeah, as you kind of maneuver, you would see on the horizon, looks like a very massive ship. It looks like it is just a bunch of ships kind of bound together at their back ends with sails kind of on the top and pushing it in one direction. Very strange to see. And it looks like there's just a battery of cannon fire at this point coming from it. Like it's just a massive wall of explosions appearing out of one side of this thing. And you can see another ship nearby just being splintered, falling apart very quickly and very suddenly.
But the ship firing looks like it's an amalgamation of ships.
Correct.
Yeah.
It looks like the same description that you got for the ship that the Pirate Lord has. And also looking at it, you kind of get the idea of why the thing's named the Hydra. Looks like all the ship masts, like the front of the ships, are all like dragon heads. So it looks like from a distance like a blossom of ships with snake or dragon heads.
That's really
Okay.
cool.
And we, in order to get like a favorable attention of them, we were supposed to blow.
The horn.
The horn,
3
like-
times.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have it. Coordinates. How to raise him due east of Eggert. 3 toots of horn.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Did Lose have the horn?
I don't think any
I
of
don't-
us specifically had the horn, but I'll say that I did, I guess. I'll know
I
where
mean, we
it
probably
is.
gave it to our resident bard.
Oh
passes
yeah,
it
I
over.
think we. Yeah,
Right.
Bard luck.
Don't want to accidentally Eldritch blast the ship when we're trying to signal it.
Or do you?
I mean, that's what Jonah's here for now.
Maybe.
With
He
his
can
arm
cast-
cannon.
He can cast Eldritch Blast at Suffocation.
Yeah,
I
he
got
does
it.
have it. It's loud 3 times.
Got it. Pew pew pew.
Alright, you're blowing the horn.
Toot,
Yeah.
Okay.
toot, toot.
Nothing really happens yet. You blow the horn, but nothing's really changing or happening yet. It looks like they've finished shooting at the other ship, and from a distance, like you're able to kind of like look at the craft. It doesn't look like they were shooting the main hull of the ship. It looks like they were firing into specific parts of the ship for purpose. Looks like they blew out their cannon line. Looks like they blew out their masts, and it looks like they blew out their back rudder. Like they specifically targeted points and blew them away with a just attrition, lots and lots of shooting.
Can I use my spyglass, worth at least 1,000 gold, to
Yeah.
look upon their ship to see if there's anyone signaling us after we tooted the horn?
There is no one signaling. It definitely looks like the pirate ship has somewhere in the ballpark of like 30 or 40 individuals, basically like all throughout the rigging of the side of the Hydra nearest the ship that's been blown apart, that they are preparing to swing over or like cross over planks to board the ship that they've seized.
Okay. All right.
With the spyglass, you would also see that the ship seems to be bearing the flag of the nation or duchy of Lavidia, specifically the iconography of the people of Penford.
Okay. Good or bad? What was it, the video?
Video's where we're going. So
Yep.
we can,
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. Okay.
and clarify that was the ship that they shot flag. So he's robbing some merchants.
Correct.
No mercy.
Okay. Yeah. Again, there's no reply to your horns. Nothing happens, but definitely has gone quieter on that side. And as you've kind of ordered, you've turned the ship to kind of move alongside, not directly at them any longer.
Mm. Let's see, toot the horns again.
If you
I
want.
think we're only supposed to do it 3 times.
But did they hear it over the cannons?
Well, they're not shooting at us, are they?
Oh, that is true. But we are not close enough yet. I don't think.
Oh, that's not what I want. I was like, cutesy music.
Yeah, play a nice, happy, jaunty tune.
I was looking for something piratey, but I couldn't find a good one. And that one's really sad. And
And if you play that old timey banger, "You Are a Pirate," we'll get a copyright strike.
I mean, I guess this is fine.
Yeah.
So
Piratey.
as you watch the ship get blown out, you gets back blown out. You wait a couple moments. You discuss blowing the horn more. You don't do that. And then you see what appears to be a man-shaped object rise up from the Hydra to a height of about 50 feet and then start flying straight at you with like a bluish kind of flare kind of flying out the back of this individual.
That's cool.
Like directly towards you. Looks like they'll be upon you in a few moments. Morrison's kind of got the arbalist set and is kind of waiting patiently. And what about you?
I think we're just gonna wait for him.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what he wants.
Okay. Eventually, the individual in question does appear above you, much smaller than you initially expected. Kind of bluish skin, long pointy ears, kind of curly cues at the ends of them, a purple beard, very long kind of nose. It looks like a goblin that's kind of coming towards you. In one hand, he holds a staff. In the other half, he's holding what appears to be an hourglass. As he descends, his massive robes, kind of just a jumble of just billowing fabrics, falls down onto the deck of your ship as he lands and kind of staples just kind of taps down the staff so it makes kind of like a thud, a nice low woody thud on the deck. You have blown the hearts. You have come to serve the pirate lord.
One more time. You plant the what?
You have blown the horn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You have come to serve the pirate lord.
We have.
Points at you. Kneel.
Right. Okay. He takes a knee.
Okay. He walks over to you and raises the staff, kind of up a bit, and then kind of lowers it, twisting it down, and touches Orlandis on his head. When he does so, you see him go, "Ah! Ah! No. You cannot. Since yours
Can't be
is
double gayest.
Since yours is a curse that has passed through our ships once before, we will allow you clemency, since your fate is more dire than anything we could bestow upon you. Your crew are welcome to join us, despite your sins, if they wish, or they can remain with you if they see you as someone worth being loyal to. However, the Pirate Lord, if he sees you or this ship, the kind of looks off to the side of the ship, you then watch an eye of his just pop out, move towards the edge of the ship and look where the name of the ship is, and then kind of slam back into his face. The questing Bonnie, ever passes within, names a nautical value which would equal a hex, of the Hydra, we will full bore upon you. Understood?
So he stands up. Are we allowed to pass then?
You have our clemency, yes.
Hmm.
But if we see you in our waters, we will blow you away.
You said my crew is allowed to...
They can join us, or they can stay with you.
Hmm.
I will say this. Normally, a gift, a boon, is expected for this meeting, but since everything you've probably ever touched is tainted by that thing, we will have none of it.
Do you have the ability to remove it?
Go and fuck yourself. He turns and walks towards the edge of the ship, taps his staff again, and then just whoop up into the air.
Fly away.
Okay.
Looks down at the stone.
I
Well,
think
guess-
that went well.
The thought that would definitely kind of enter your mind is like an intrusive thought. Well, I guess now we have nothing stopping us from going to the Sea of Solid Flames. As you look down at the gem, you realize it's not your own
Ooh.
thought. Like, it definitely feels like something is pushing that into your mind, but
Mhm. Okay. So he's gonna...
Like I
he's
said,
gonna-
anyone could join them. It's like, yeah, actually, fuck off.
no. He
No,
said,
no, no.
He said to
Just-
Orlandis.
Yeah, just Orlandis can't join. You guys can.
So you're
That we
close.
know of.
You're close enough to the ship that if you were wishing to board the other ship, you could just get onto your rowboats and row over.
Yeah.
Would presume that is what he meant, not he's going to carry you across.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
He was a little gnomey
So-
guy.
Orlandis is gonna... He's gonna, try to gather everyone that's awake right now.
Whose art I
the deck.
have, but I don't have set up for right, so I'll just post it in the general. I won't post it in the game. So you can see him, but nobody else can.
Okay. Oh, fancy. Okay.
Oh, he's cute.
He's mean, but he's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he right though.
Kind of. But, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Orlandis tries to gather everyone that's awake on this shift, on the top of the ship.
Okay. I'll just do a pretty basic
Roll
music.
call.
Yeah, you get everybody onto the ship as you please.
So, the strange blue man has told us that I am not allowed on the Pirate Lord's ship. But you all are.
So you want one of us to do it?
Well, that depends. Do you all wish to continue this mission?
gonna do otherwise?
So
I mean, if he was
Kinda need
afraid
to.
of you being on the ship, maybe we should tell them if they don't stop blowing up other ships, we're gonna put you on their ship.
I do not think it is fear.
Think they're just gonna kill him?
Yeah.
Delphine would have no reply. She'd just be kind of idle and staying to herself. Ikenthanoth would say, just fix the ship. No, I'm going to fix the ship. Kieran's not awake. Matthias would say, I was very interested in serving with you. I knew that the Pirate Lord might be something we would be engaging in. I thought we were going to join him, but if he won't have us, then no problem there. Miavar says, I thought we were supposed to kill him. Aren't we going to go over there and kill him?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I
That was
agree.
the plan.
I'm of a mind. Michelle would say, whatever you're wanting to do. Mikhail would say, it's not a dead Assad, so I don't really care.
Mm.
It could go either way, and I would not mind it if you were to want to kill him or not. But I am more interested in heading south and putting the Den Assault ships to the depths. Morrison would say, I'm already paid. You have my contract. And Paulton would say, do they have more booze over there?
They probably don't have a jug of infinite booze.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll stay here.
But I'm the fucking HR manager now.
Who needs that cow?
What would Valen say if he were here now?
Ow, my spleen.
Why did you let me die?
I should have been on that boat.
Forgot the gentleman's name. Is it
I mean,
McCann?
I think-
Milius, Everett, Kieran, Pedreg are all out. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
I think my buddy Ikenthanoth and I can keep the ship together long enough for us to get close.
Hmm.
We're a good team, right? He doesn't talk much, but we're...
So, it's about mid-afternoon at this point, by the way. So, just to give you an idea of where you're at chronologically.
If we do lose this ship, we could probably procure that ship. But I can imagine it requires more hands. A lot more hands.
You mean that ship? Points
we
uses
never
her
make it that
hand to
far.
gesture to the entire amalgamation of ships.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's taking a good part of the horizon.
It's like a good 100 hands, right? On deck per
I
ship?
can't even remember how wide this bitch is. I'm trying to find the map, and I know
think
I
it's more
have
like
it.
a city size. We're gonna need more than 100 people.
It's pretty.
Hey. Okay.
I imagine it's more like the Vin Smokes, Jonah. Like where it's like
that's
a fucking city.
Yeah, that's ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
alright.
I'm picking up what John's been putting down about this ship, I'm thinking like Vin Smokes.
Yeah.
I mean, that ship probably has a better chance of making it to the Sea of Solid Flame.
This is true.
I don't even know where that is.
It's somewhere to the east. This way.
Specific.
Or was
If they
it
said-
Aren't we
north?
supposed to be going to Pinford first?
Yes.
Maybe.
Saying that just kind of causes a little bit of a shiver in your palm.
Don't say
I mean,
it.
they said if we
No,
come back
no,
this...
no.
You said that he said if we come back this way, they're gonna blow us out of the water, right? Like, we have to come back this way to get back there.
No, if we get near their ship within a certain distance.
I mean, don't they? Aren't the rumors
Within
that they
a hex
basically
not.
control this whole
I
space?
mean, yeah, but cannons can only fire so far.
I mean, they had a flying guy.
How how far can he fly though? We don't know.
I mean, I only flew that one time. I don't know the specifics.
I've never flown.
You should try it.
Private looks at the ship in the distance pretty far.
I mean, we came out here to deal with that and get paid for that. I, I don't know how long we're going to be able to pay all of these people. We're just letting jobs go.
Oh, I do not have to be shown to be boarding. We could, you guys can do the showing and I can hide or something.
You're not very good at hiding though.
Hey,
Oh, no.
Vravik, what are we trying to do here, buddy?
Hmm?
Do you remember what they said they wanted to do here, Vravik? Specifically, Foxton? It's the person I'm asking, not really the character. What are we trying to do here, my guy?
We want to infiltrate.
Yeah, but what's the goal? What's the primary goal? Like, what are we trying to do?
Assassination.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And so if you were to like want to kill a guy, what time would you say you would want to do that?
I'm going.
What time would you say?
Patrick's already on the boat. He's fucking.
night.
He's
No. But
At night.
what time would you want to do that? Is what I'm asking you. Like, what time during the day would you want to maybe do that?
dead of night.
Okay, so why is that? Work through it together as a team. I think you guys will get it.
As
I
you're
am-
sleeping.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
sleeping. It's dark. I'm the master of stealth.
But we
I can
also
literally walk on walls.
we don't know who the
I just
the
need a
pirate
distraction.
is.
It sounds like you got this. Like, it sounds like you got a pretty good plan.
I don't need to know who it is. I can just blow the whole ship up. They ought to have cannon stores.
I mean, fuck it. If
They
you
got
could do
gunpowder
it,
somewhere.
if you could do it, hell yeah.
There's a lot of options here, but obviously you know, a ship that size, you probably wouldn't want to go all by your lonesome. Obviously, if you're working on stealth, there are definitely some liabilities in your current roster, but there's some people who aren't, you know, your immediate team that might be more than capable.
Say, how are you at sneaking around?
I'm so good. So good at it. So
If we
Yeah.
bring Jonah, he's got to take his armor off. That's all.
You don't even
We're
know
good.
how good at it I am. You don't even know.
The
God.
trick is getting to the boat, which I don't know that armor while riding on a boat will make a huge difference.
Right.
I do have the Cloak of Elven Kind. It'll help.
Like, once we're on the boat, I don't think there's going to be a lot of stealthing opportunities, because there will still be people active on the boat like there is on ours. But under the cover of darkness, we can get to the boat, most likely, without it being too obvious.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. My computer is being goofy.
So we wait till nightfall. The night shift takes control of our ship, and then the day shift goes on the boat.
Yeah,
Okay.
if that's your plan. I'm not going to tell you it's a bad one or a good one. Is that what you want to do? You want to wait until night, kind of stay nearish, but not too nearish to the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what I would like for you to do, Orlandis or Lose, since you're trying to keep pace with the craft but not unsettle it enough that it's going to want to attack you, because why the fuck are you waiting around? I need you to make a vehicles water check using wisdom.
Mm.
Ooh.
I'll just
Okay.
give you advantage. I'll help
Okay.
you. Thank God I did.
Yeah. I mean, I have inspiration, so I could have spent that, but.
No, I would have rolled shit in both of them.
So through the course of the day, you do as you said, and as night starts to settle in, you can see that the ship has stopped maneuvering. Um, what you witness it do is kind of take the ship that it shot down.
Are they going zoom zoom outside here?
Yeah, because high school kids are dumb.
Zoom zoom! Look at my cool car! Boom 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 boom!
But they uh,
That's not the sound we're gonna make while we're approaching.
spend the afternoon of the day basically breaking apart the ship that they just shot apart. Every so often, you can see people being thrown into the water, bodies being thrown into the water. At other times, you can see them being strung up by random body parts onto the Hydras, like in their masts. Um,
Decor.
yeah, it's scary as hell. If you rolled, I mean, if a big ass ship rolled up on you with dead bodies hanging from it, you'd probably shit. I'd shit. I'd
Yeah.
shit, piss, and fart. Like all of the things would be happening. I would
Lake
just be like,
Michigan's a terrifying place, man.
I thought you were referring to my excrement being Lake Michigan. I was like,
I mean, I don't know what the chemical contents are up there now.
fair. Um, so yeah,
I don't know where you went for Memorial Day weekend.
That was a while ago. It was Labor Day most recently.
so as I get some stuff prepared here, because apparently my roll 20 is being very difficult with me right now, I would like for you to kind of work through in your mind how you're wanting to approach, how you're wanting to move into the course of the evening, what your plan of attack is.
I suppose rowboats would be the best option.
Mm-hmm.
I think they want to have a watch.
And they did
Yeah.
say that if the crew wished to defect to go over there, they were welcome to.
Mhm.
So, optimistically, that's what they'll assume. And it doesn't seem like he knew what was up with Orlandis until he, touched him.
Sure.
Well, I know what I want to do.
Well, take your time, think about it, and then also think about who else you might want to bring. Just again, I'm in a stalling tactic, but I like for you to
Yeah.
in character work
I
through
would-
the process.
It may be useful for the actual main ship to be somewhat noticeable leaving or doing something so that they're looking at it as opposed to looking out for our boats. I mean, not
Yeah.
getting closer and getting blown up, because I would like to go back at some point.
We could circle around the ship, the Hydra, and drop the canoe or the lifeboat on the opposite side of the Hydra and sort of do a like I want to go. We drop the lifeboat on the side the Hydra can't see, and then go southward and then into the Hydra as our ship is passing by.
Mm-hmm.
As like a diversionary tactic or whatever.
Okay. So what I'll note, and I'm going to move you onto a map for the time being. This is from a distance, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like, and also to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about here. Squares are 5 foot, and you'll note too that the second that darkness fell, massive floodlights kind of shone out over the waters. Um, yep.
It's a huge bridge.
It's a big boy.
It is not small. That is accurate.
It's a huge rumpus.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite maps that I haven't used yet, so I'm really excited. But
Yeah.
this is what you're looking at. And again, you'll basically be looking at this primarily from the south side. So you
Yeah.
really aren't sure what is going on the interior.
Mhm.
It does look like there's quite a bit of interior. And it looks like massive sea beast creatures were utilized for like ramming portions of the ship.
Mm.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it is. Yeah, I'm gonna post a picture in the general just so you kind of have an idea of how this thing moves. It's not a pretty sight, but it does go. It very much goes in. Yeah, it's too big.
It's just spinning like a good starfish.
It's too damn big. But no, it goes towards the northwest.
Okay.
Basically, that big eagle, the rock head, on the northeastern side is basically the front.
Um, so yeah, I would imagine like our ship is over on
South, dead south.
yeah. Oh, dead south. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would be going like this way, towards this way, and then we would be going towards here, I guess, or if we can make it here, but I don't imagine that, especially with the floodlight.
It doesn't look
The
like the
big ship?
floodlights are moving.
Oh, it's stationary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grabbed in the back.
So we could make it over to that western side.
With
But
the main ship,
either with the main ship or
the rowboat.
yeah, the rowboat.
Oh, I just realized what it is.
But is it continuously moving or is it stationary like the boat itself?
Yeah, I just realized what the smell was. I'm not stroke. I'm not having a stroke.
Well, that's good.
Yay!
It was basically an ashtray.
Oh.
I was wondering what the fuck the smell was.
I'm glad that you're not having a
We'll do
stroke.
it.
So yeah, it looks like someone's drawing on my map, which I'm fine with. Normally I wouldn't be. But yeah, keep talking. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
No, I was.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Is the ship continuously moving, or is it stationary for the night?
When they started putting the new part of the ship onto it, they stopped.
Okay.
And they've been
Alright.
doing that, and then they kind of just at evening time. It looks like there's a lot of people on deck. I haven't posted the pictures of them yet, because I'm pretty much having to rebuild this map all of a sudden because I don't know where it disappeared to. So I'm kind of annoyed. But the point is there's a lot of people on all of the decks of the ship partying.
Yeah.
It looks like.
All right. If they're partying, it should be fine. Be relatively easy. So yeah, we would go, I guess, here, and then make the shortest route to the
The
main.
shortest route would probably actually be from this, like, dragon-looking head.
Mm.
Because it looks like the lip, or the bottom jaw
yeah.
here, is, like, just above seawater. Or
Mhm.
maybe in it. And then climb up. If we can, like, drop off Ravik so he can get on, and then have the actual, like, crew coming from this direction here, be like a distraction of sorts.
Mm.
Be like, yeah, we're joining. Orlando sucks.
Got a cursed hand.
That's very
Who wants to
believable.
throw Captain Cursed hand over here?
I mean, yeah, that could work too. So we would go here, and then Ravik would go over here on the east.
Yeah.
Okay, that could work.
I want to go all Splinter Cell, pull a body into the water, and disguise myself
Yeah.
as them.
We could send someone with him too.
So I will say this too. It does look like the bottom of the ship, for lack of a better terminology, it looks like it is built up on these massive horns that are kind of placed there, and it looks like they kind of go underneath the skulls. And it looks like that's
Mhm.
the bottom of the ship. The decks up top look like they're kind of holding like a space underneath the ships that's inside of the skulls, kind of open. Like there's a lot of movement in that space in particular. So again, the first floor, if you will, is the kind of, you can kind of see a hole that goes down into it. It's basically the underbelly of the craft. Then there's a bunch of like, where people stay throughout the ships that are on top of it. And then it definitely looks like whatever's up on top here is very important
Okay,
because there's a throne and everything.
true that.
Mhm.
Who else could we send?
I'm looking.
Like with Ravik?
Um.
I was thinking the one that wants to fight, like everyone.
Oh, my buddy.
Yeah.
Mievar.
Yes. Yeah.
She's a day person.
Oh, she's dead. Shit.
Again, it's an excursion during night, so she's also an elf. She only trances. So
True. But yeah, her or Asilius would also be another good one.
Mm-hmm.
But him and Kieran are kind of a package deal, so he could also go.
Right, that's a wonderful idea. We're gonna send Delphine. Get them, sea elves.
was honestly
They
a thought.
captured your girl, bro. Get them.
That was
Oh my
a
God.
thought, like to get her to go and then just hit that, the thingy,
Wake up the damn elf. Steal her damn thing and throw
the
it.
panic button.
The panic
God.
button.
Hit that
Hit
shit.
her aunt that's trapped in the jar. Like, hey, wake up.
mm-hmm.
Men the divine beauty.
Would Delphine be opposed to that?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was like, no, I don't want to be used as
It would
bait.
be basically doing what you did at the beginning, or what
Yeah.
happened at the beginning. Remember? Whenever she was like, oh, they're coming for me. Exactly what we don't want to do.
Fair. It's fair.
Because then maybe she would actually join the pirate horde.
Probably.
Be like, well, fuck these guys. They're just gonna throw me right on this bus. Right under the ship.
Right under. So the game plan so far: have Ravik enter through the east, go up into that ship with someone that is hopefully as sneaky, and then we go here, try to gather the most attention. Right?
I don't need if I necessarily need someone. If I can just investigate first.
When you go alone.
Well, it's just in case you get into a fight.
Yeah, little rat guy all
I mean, they're stocked for the night, so we might kind of just kind of sit off in the ocean on some rowboats if you don't. I can swim. I assume.
I'm just imagining a rat.
I mean, on a ship
swimming
that big,
now.
they know
Jump in the
every single
water.
person.
Have you guys seen Suicide Squad 2?
No.
You
I
mean
forgot the guy's
Suicide
name.
Squad?
Sorry, the Suicide Squad. There's not a rat person, but it's very similar. Forgot his name.
Oh, I'm just thinking of like real rats.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
on
I
a
know there's
ship,
someone that
Weasel.
summoned rats or something.
on a ship that large, I would be shocked if everybody knew everybody's faces.
It's also true.
So that looks like the night. Oh wait, sorry. That looks like the night crew. From what you can see. Looks like
Well,
most of the
that
posts,
area over there is clear.
that eastern area looks pretty clear.
looks like most of the posts where there are lamps have people kind of about them. It definitely looks to be the case too that the important portion of the building that I mentioned looks like it has 2 guards stationed outside. They are wielding blunderbusses.
Okay, we got guns too.
Yeah, but you know what a blunderbuss is?
Yeah, shotgun.
Yeah, it's basically a big old spray and pray gun.
Yeah.
It's ye old shotgun.
The original Elmer Fudd gun.
I'm gonna move this over here so I can do.
Actually, Elmer Fudd did not use a blunderbuss.
I'm just saying.
What did he
It was
use?
an elephant rifle.
Oh,
And the reason why they have the fluted barrel is because the kickback from the weapon was so strong it would actually break the end of the barrel when the bullet ejected outwards. So
Yeah.
they caused it to be funneled out like that so that when it shot out, the burst would not split the barrel out.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if we come from the south, like, oh, jeez. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to do this all the.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I'm doing this on my tablet. I don't know how it acts. So if we come, imagine that we're actually like over to the side. We come up this way. We drop Ravik off here. Then we loop back around, and then we can come over to this way, to this little island here, or this little deck here, and then be like, "Hey guys,
Where did that little ship come from?
we're here to join."
I would also
Hey, y'all.
like to just remind folks that we do have a ring of water walking if that assists in any infiltration plans.
You should
Also
be able to move the
true.
boat now. And then, so boat-wise, you'll be able to fit a total of 6 people on the boat. So you'll only be able to bring 1 NPC with you if you're all going. As I'm assuming that we're not going to actually get into the meat of the interrogation or the infiltration portion due to the time it currently is, I don't want to leave Astrogoth behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, there's probably some of you who, in character, do want to leave Astrogoth behind because he sticks out like a sore thumb. All of his attacks have like a sound component. There's a lot going on there that would make you not want him. But you have a choice because we love Zach.
But he's a good distraction.
Also, yes.
Can he use vicious mockery? Just act like he's a drunk pirate, just yell at a guy and then just die.
These are hardy enough looking folks that it's highly unlikely that any of them die from a vicious mockery, but yes, it could work.
You foul smelling tart. Ooh.
The mother smells of elderberry.
So the flag that's being flown I mean, it looks like a typical kind of like simplistic Jolly Roger. It's a red band or red field, a skull. Inside of the mouth of the skull is a snake with two heads, one on either side, and then there's a saber behind its head, almost like it's a pair of horns. If you are Vravik, you can go ahead and make a history check.
Damn.
Hmm.
Nice.
So, you know the banner, you recognize it, and you actually know the name of the individual. And the reason why you know the name of the individual is because the iconography and the element was on a bounty sheet that you recovered back at Elosis. As you kind of pull out your bounty sheets, looking at it from the spyglass from the ship, you haven't moved up on it yet, you would realize that this individual... Let me go to my notes here. Sorry, bear with me. I hate when I open too many notes and then the notes I want aren't in my recently used files.
Too many notes. Doot doot.
Too many notes.
Not enough notes.
All of the notes.
Doot doot.
It's okay, just give me all the notes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll just send them to you.
I'll read ahead. I'll read ahead a little bit.
No worries. Here we go. We're gonna send them on. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I don't write notes.
No, I have so many notes. You
I
have
know.
no idea. It's
Oh no, I know.
obnoxious. I just don't know how to formulate them in an easily trafficable and memorizable method. Oh, here we go. Now I remember.
I understand.
I consolidated the notes into other notes. 'Cause you guys have gone
notes
different
about notes.
So the individual is known as. I'm making sure I got. Solivagant. And Solivagant is a tiefling pirate. Not identified as a pirate lord on the sheet, and only has a bounty of 1,000 gold pieces, which is not pirate lord material, because remember what they were telling you, they'd pay you for the pirate lord.
20, I believe.
Correct. 20,000 was the bounty on his head.
Yeah.
But this individual, Solivagant, they are a pirate of what you would understand to be a much lesser kind of capacity, and it shows that their Jolly Roger was, as described, this symbol that seems to be flying from all of the banners and posts of the Hydra.
Actually, it's 5,000 for just the Pirate King.
20,000 if we
Or
give this.
Pirate Lord, but yeah.
20,000 if you
20.
sink the ship.
Yeah.
Not in addition, 20,000 if you kill him and sink the ship.
Yeah. All together. Package deal.
How would a
Thinking the ship
nobody
is 15.
become pirate lord?
Oh, and so for those who are curious, the word Solivagant is not a name. Tieflings don't have a normal naming convention. Tieflings are either going to be born into a family due to their plain touch nature, just kind of spurring them upon people. And in some cases, that's fine. Like, it's, most people are pretty accepting and aren't going to be completely intolerant of that. But in other cases, unfortunately, with all kids, like, there's a need to kind of not have a kid, so you give them up to an orphanage or what have you. And this happens especially more to tieflings, because normally, plain touch nature, it happens in larger areas, like larger societies. So it's just more common for a tiefling, just like every human in those kind of large cities, to be given up for adoption. So tieflings as kind of a racial camaraderie have kind of created a method for creating their own names in these kind of ways, and they'll just choose a word that they feel best defines them and call themselves that. So like we've had tieflings in setting like named Reality, tiefling named Deception in the Sunday game, and then this one is Solivagant, which just means lone wanderer.
Lone Wanderer bitch has got like 40 people on the deck of his boat right now.
You're right. It is a weird name to have for a person who's a fire captain.
So he's a liar.
No, the one named Deception was a liar. No, actually not. Has been very forward and honest with the party, so as they know. But anyways,
The best way to be a convincing liar is to make people think you haven't lied.
Vicious.
so
So I assume I would share that knowledge with.
good call. And you would also note who. I mean, you would know who you're looking for. You have a picture of them. I will post a picture of them in a moment. I'm going to do it in the Discord again because I'm having weird fun times with Roll20 right now. But yeah, so you would know what they look like. You'd have a wanted poster of them, which is a pretty darn close rendition to how they look. But like I said, you could carry 6 people without issue. So you have to choose one NPC amongst your crew that would be your person that you would be taking.
Mhm.
Did we come with a decision, or do you guys still need time to talk about that?
I was gonna suggest Hanel, but she's kind of important.
Yeah.
And
I
we
don't wanna
probably
lose
need
her.
her to stay with the actual boat, so there's some kind of leadership.
Yeah,
I mean, she might steal your boat, but
sure.
She's definitely stealing my boat. Yeah.
Left me in charge of it again. I guess it's mine.
Information: if he dies over there, if he don't come back by sunrise, I'm just gonna be dead. Bye.
This motherfucker keeps Captain Kirking. I'm gonna just gonna go with it. Bye bye.
I'm not Johan in this campaign.
I just mean like the away crew is usually led by like the first mate
Yeah.
in like the Next Generation and other Star Treks.
Yeah.
But James Kirk didn't give a shit back in TOS, and he would just be like, "I'm going down to the fucking planet. I'm always going down to the planet, even if it's like him getting caught out."
Going down on a planet.
Yeah, going down on a planet. Nice. And also, yeah, like being caught fighting a Gorn.
Okay.
Did you ever watch Star Trek?
Just the movies.
You should watch The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Don't start
Okay.
season 1,
He's a
start season 2.
baby. Accurate.
I
I
mean,
can't.
Suffer through
What?
season 1, I guess, but like, yeah, it's not
It's
good.
not the worst.
It's
Is it-
fine.
Is it important for lore?
No.
Okay. So
It's episodic. I mean, you'll learn more about the characters with each episode, and that's beneficial. And you'll learn more about the nature of it. But anyway, changing back to topics, you focusing on who you want to pick for your crew.
my suggestions would be Kieran, Morrison, or Miavar, just as far as actually being capable in combat, because we don't want somebody to, immediately get cut in half and die again.
Yeah.
Make it Doth. No.
No. He's staying
Yeah,
here.
tell him to go start taking the boat apart.
Um,
Take it off, float over there and take some boards off.
Ooh.
Probably won't get
I
shot.
would lean towards if we're just taking her or taking one person and they're not going with Braverick, then I would say Miavar.
Mm.
That makes sense to me.
This guy?
What?
Really? Is it the same guy?
No, it's a different guy.
Oh, okay, it's just the same picture.
Wait,
Well, no, it's not the same because the other guy was red. It is the same picture, sort of. It's altered. You're talking about the one that you murdered in the
I think it was a Tuesday game.
Tuesday game. It was the bear game.
Yeah, I thought that he was
Jeremiah
blue.
Malik. He was not blue. He was
Yeah.
red. Yep.
Oh, I was misremembering then.
I specifically recolored him from blue to red for that game.
Nice.
I'll find. I'm not. Nope. I've got other shit I need to be doing.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I
love-
believe you.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. That is. Yeah. That is all I got.
I'm fine with Miyavar because Morrison obviously succeeds more at ranged, and that might be difficult to find a good perch for him.
We got a vote for Morrison. We have a vote for Kieran. Um, Anybody else?
I said Miavar.
Oh, Miyavar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
go with
switch-
Miyavar.
One. Okay.
I think Miyavar is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, Miyavar would have more fun.
She hasn't gotten to really fight yet.
Yeah. I kind of want to bring Ickenthoth just so we can steal some planks off.
No.
Of
He's
the,
just gonna hide in a
bar.
barrel, man. He's not.
If we
He's
kill
not all
the
about
Pirate
that life.
King, he can take all the scrap he wants.
To be honest,
Okay.
Ickenthoth is basically just like a party balloon you'd be attaching to the boat. So, like, if you really wanted to bring Ickenthoth, you could. I mean, I definitely
No.
can't argue against it.
You would just float away like, nope, I ain't coming. No.
He also has a swim speed, so like he could get over there. Like, you know, it's not
There
like
we go. That's how I'm gonna infiltrate. I'm gonna go under the water with Ickenthoth.
hold on to him
Drag
like,
me,
oh,
drag me.
oh, it's like the fucking it's like the James Bond like little like mini subs that they like grab a hold of. Except you're holding his
Take me under the
claws.
ship.
You're holding his claws, and he's like.
All right. So we have 6 people in the boat. We have Ickenthoth tied to the boat like a balloon, and then we
Yep.
have somebody walking over with the ring of water walking. So we actually have 8 people.
You could have
Oh,
8
wait.
people, yeah.
So
And the
Ickenthoth is coming.
If the person you're having walking it is
Is
strong
he?
enough, you could actually move very stealthily because you wouldn't have to row, because they could just lead it.
Mm.
Ickenthoth could dismantle the ship from underneath.
So
Yeah.
again, good job trying to get as many people as you can over. Not a bad choice. So since you have an extra slot because of the boots, who do you want to have the boots first off, and then who do you want to be added to it?
Mm.
Who's a strong person?
Kieran is very strong and very sneaky.
Yeah, but then we'd have to trade Miavar for Asilius, because they're buddies. We can't split them. It's like salt and pepper.
I mean, as a pair, they are probably very effective.
So Silas and Kieran instead of Miyavar?
Oh God, did I ever tell you the story of like their first encounter like in any of my D&D games?
No.
Okay, well,
Are you stalling?
no, I'm not. But I was just reminded. I don't know if Tom actually knows it. I don't know if he was there for that game or not.
Okay.
It was ancient. It was a long time ago.
Ooh, ancient lore.
Yeah.
We love that.
All right, fuck it. I'll tell it. Okay, so
Do it.
the group sees this, or they're traveling into the woods. They know that there is a group of orcs that are in this fortification, and they want to treat with them to kind of like get some mercenaries to their side, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they also know that they and also the kind of denizens of the forest, the cloaked wood, are being basically sold out, and there's an attempt by the nearby baron to like kill everybody in the cloaked wood, and he's hiring all different types of mercenaries and the like. So I think it was Joe Orbick, it was like John Schaff, Dieter, I don't remember who else. Maybe Brent. Not cool guy Brent, but old guy Brent. So anyway, they go to this fortification where the orcs are, right? And they're hoping to meet with them. When they get to the door, they see that a arrow flies down at them with the white tassel, and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's just elves. What are they doing here?" Well, they also know that orcs, forest orcs, use the same kind of techniques as elves because they're basically glorified elves, right? Like, oh, cool. Well, then they're being peaceful. So then they kind of advance a bit further with their guard down, and then they walk into a trap, right? Once they get into
I think I remember you mentioning, yeah.
they get into the mix of the trap, they kind of like, okay, we're going in there, we're going to kill them because they're being shot down from above from this cliff point. There's like a hole in the rock, and there's like a cave up, like, 50 feet up there, right? Just shooting down arrows at them, and they're trying to go up the stairs, but when they try to go up the stairs, there's like a bunch of, stuff happening there that's barring them from entering that place. And it's just 2 people holding them off, they very quickly realize. So Joe, smart as he is, like just starts climbing up the rock and goes up into where the arrows are coming from. By the time he gets up there, the bowman is gone. Don't know where he went. And he sees that this room that he's in appears to be like a nursery, right? And so he's confused because he can kind of smell like gunpowder, and he knows that they were shooting guns down at the people on the stairway. So he thinks he can get behind the half orc to defeat him, but he also wants to make sure that the orcs that are presumably here are okay because he can hear some of them crying. So he walks over to one of the nursery chambers or nursery beds and pulls back the blanket from the baby to look at him. The baby has a bunch of explosive devices strapped to it. And Joe, being the person who did, he goes, "Hello, baby." This literal reaction to when I explained it to him. And I'm like, "I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw." And so he rolls a natural 20. And I'm like, well, that means he doesn't take any damage, right? Because he was a monk. So he gets shot out by the explosion, out the cave hole, slamming into a tree like 30 feet out. And I'm just like, make another dexterity saving throw because you're falling. Another natural 20. So he gets shot out of the hole, hits a tree, rolls down, hitting every branch on the way down, and is totally fine when he gets to the bottom. And they can't, for the life of them, find Asilius or Kieran afterwards.
Oh my god.
And I was like, yeah, they are pretty loathsome people. Like, no one would think to search the babies for the explosives that are going to go off, and at least they were hoping that was the case. Hello, baby. I believe it was Joe's exact words, and then yeah, boom, goes the dynamite. And it's,
Up there with "You look like a bitch dragon."
yeah, that was Daniel Bunnell though. That shit was hilarious. Anywho, focusing up. Stalling complete. Oh, we can stall for a couple. No, I'm kidding. So Miavar is your choice.
I think we pivoted to Asilius and Kieran so that we could have one of them. I think Kieran pull the boat because he's strong and
So he has water walking boots. Okay.
The ring, but yeah.
Yeah, ring. Okay, and it's an attunement.
It didn't say it was an attunement when I looked at the item, but
Double check.
I don't think the ring is.
Does not require attunement. Okay. So yeah, he'll take the ring, and if you want it back when we get to it, so you can pass it off to Bravik, so he can go do stealthy shit.
I thought I was going with Ikenthal and just.
Oh yeah, if you want Ikenthal to float you to a location, you certainly can do that. So him as a deep one beholder he has a swim speed and is amphibious, so he can breathe underwater. But you would obviously need to be closer to the surface.
Hold my breath really good.
Yeah, you could try.
I'm gonna be upside down with the end of my snout sticking out of the water.
Yeah, or yeah, you could make a ninja. You could make a ninja tool. You could try and
there you go, then straws.
a breathing apparatus. That'd be kind of cool. Go ahead and just roll like a intelligence check, but we'll add your proficiency bonus afterwards. This is a ninja tools check. 10 plus your proficiency is 3, right?
Yes.
You're able to make a snorkel device if you want to, if that's a genuine thing you want to try.
Sure.
Okay. So then, yeah, you can move out on your own, and then I will drop Ikenthal.
Then we can get Miavar on the boat.
Yeah, because you're getting rid of Ravik. Yep, you're making a lot of space. Just drive your big boat right into the thing. Fuck it!
Abandoned ship.
Okay.
Fucking ramming speed.
All right, how many more absurd ways can we find to fit people into this operation?
Kieran is pulling the boat via rope. Miavar, Asilius, Orlandus, Lose, Castia. That's 6, right? Oh, Astrogoth. That's 6. You folks are on the boat and are filling out its capacity. And then Ikenthal is basically acting as a cool James Bond submersible and is dragging Ravik. Hey, listen to me, young man. No. Don't do it.
You dare speak to me in that tone, boy?
He's just being a little baby.
I had to lock a dog out.
A little baby.
He's so bad. Okay. And then Ickenthoth is acting as a submersible, dragging Vravik to where Vravik needs to go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I need whoever is the pilot of the ship, and Kieran will be aiding that person. Whoever is the pilot of the rowboat, they need to make a vehicle's water check. And the reason why you're being aided is because you do not have to worry about the waters or rowing. You can literally just be dragged and pulled in the direction that you need to be pulled and dragged.
Is it the captain or the first mate?
Well, it's the captain who makes the choice.
He's not looking.
You know what? I'll try this one.
I rolled last time.
Yeah, I'll do this one. All right.
It's just a
Um,
rowboat.
Get them inspirations ready.
So
He's
it's
being
water,
aided.
water vehicles, and then what attribute?
So this would be dexterity because you're trying to be stealthy.
Okay. All right. And you said.
Oh, I should have done that one.
Nope. Too late.
I know.
Hey,
Hey, look at
23.
you.
All right. So you managed to get to this dock without issue. Kieran will walk underneath the dock and just basically tie it up so that it is underneath the dock and not visible.
Would me wearing my cloak of elven kind have any effect on them noticing us?
No, it'll have effects on them noticing you. But the boat was
Okay.
very clearly moved to that position, and it does not appear that anyone caught sight of you as you moved through cover of night. Basically, Kieran and you were able to kind of steer it perfectly so that it came out to that dock, and you're able to kind of jump off onto it without issue.
Okay.
Once you get to this position, what you'll note is that the dock moves into the maw of this massive bird, and it looks like it enters into a large area inside of the bowels of the ship. And hold on a second, I've got music. Do I have music?
Is it the Mission Impossible scene?
I thought I had music for this. I'm gonna have to.
It's gotta be the Pink Panther thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I had the other day. I had a point where in the Tuesday game, I ran out of space, like for me to have stuff on Roll20. Like I reached the maximum, so that was really annoying. And I kind of went in and did stuff to kind of purge some things and rearrange some things. So right now my brain is like. Also, I've been working a lot this week, so my brain is not all here. So I apologize for the blanks in my memory here, but I am going to get you a sneaky cool sneaky music.
You're okay.
It'd be CC, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just glad I can hear the music this time.
Perfection. Okay. So you are on the land. Vravik, you're next. So Ickenthoth is actually not a beneficial thing when it comes to being stealthy. However, with the explanation that you've given, he is not causing you any detriment. Because you have described yourself as being submerged underneath the direct waves with just the snorkel out. So you're going to make a stealth check. You do not have advantage. You do not have disadvantage, which you would have had you just been kind of cruising across the top. Sufficient. So go ahead and show me like where you wanted to end up and how you get there from kind of that position.
I want to be here.
Okay.
So I'd probably just go up under this boat.
Yep, and then pop out onto the eye of that thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I assume I can't move him, so
Yep. So once
I
you
can send him miles away. I guess.
once you get out of the water, which is kind of like there's a roar of the ocean. It's kind of like a bit sounding. But as you kind of get up to that eye, what you're able to hear are a couple of things. First off, you're able to hear that there's some sort of commotion going on inside of the skull. Seems like there's some sort of partying going on, music is happening, yelling, clinking of steins and what have you. And then above you, it sounds like two, maybe three individuals, based on from what you saw from outside, probably three individuals kind of talking and shooting the shit. Two of them sound surly, like very much kind of like Sea Dog-esque folks. The third one in question sounds a bit more refined than them, but at the same time, it sounds like he is keeping up with the connotation of the conversation pretty well. Like he's using the jargon. He's talking pirate. So after you get to that position, I'm going to zoom in on you just a little bit. I want to ask you, Foxen, which direction would Vravik be going? Do you want to go up the skull and towards the boat area? Do you want to go into the skull? There's a couple of different options you can see kind of available to you here.
Can I look into the skull?
It looks like a party area. Like if you're looking into the skull, towards the center, looks like all the paths that are inside of the skulls kind of lead towards a large center floating panel. It's kind of like right on the water, and it looks like there are kind of people in there milling about. There's a council like set up in the center, and a table. You see the gnome or goblin from earlier. You're not sure which the wizard was, but you see him. He's in there.
Don't want to go that way. Alright, I guess I'm going up.
Okay.
Sneaky. Wait,
Sure.
I just walk on walls. What am I doing?
Yeah, from this vantage point, you're able to see, and again, there's a couple of different ways you could have gone if you wanted to. There's this position that kind of leads up that way, or you can come up to these guys. That's perfectly fine too.
I'm just trying to get a look at them.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like two guys who are wearing what you would know as mariner's armor. Basically, it is kind of a medium set of breastplate with kind of noticeable magical glyphs on it. You know, mariner's armor pretty commonly due to your trade. Basically, it allows them to swim even though they're wearing heavier armor. And then the third guy looks like he is some sort of maybe leadership. He's wearing a bandana. The bandana has the marker on it, like on the brow, like the Jolly Roger. And it looks like he has a jeweled handled saber. The jeweled handle is a bit longer than a typical like one-handed saber, so it looks like it can be utilized like two-handed, a hand and a half.
Okay.
All right. As you contemplate your next direction, I'm going to move back to the other group. So, Ickenthoth is left at Waterline, is that right? Or are you taking him around with you?
I told him to go back to the dock.
Okay. You know he's not stealthy. So,
Oh shit.
do you want him to just wait here for you, or do you want him?
Yeah,
to...
just wait in the water.
Okay. You could also just clamp him to your neck and kind of walk around with him, but you would have a huge kind of head apparatus on the back of your head. So that's entirely up to you if you want to do that or not. Okay.
That would be funny as hell, though.
Yeah, you duck down below something to get stealth, and you're totally hidden, but there's this just massive eye.
I've got an idea, but it's mean.
Okay.
I could just disguise as a pirate and say, "Look what I found." Just walk into the party. Look what I got.
Check this out, guys. Who am I missing? Oh, Astrogoth. And...
You can do light shows.
Lose and Cassia. Okay. So as you were, I'm going to go ahead and delete the circle that you made on the map there. But as you kind of get out onto the deck, Orlandis, did you wear your armor? Or would you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking to be sure.
And before...
But you have your Elvish Cloak hood up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And shield on.
Okay. Cassia, or Tom, you were saying?
I'm gonna do Eyes of Night to give people the forever long dark vision, just
How many
to
can you
be...
pop?
I think it's just me. Right?
Up to my wisdom modifier, so it would be 5.
Okay. So,
Basically everybody
Silas would say
other.
he's fine. So if you wanted to give it to Miavar or
Yeah.
Kieran, you could choose one of those. You don't have to give it to. You wouldn't be able to give it to all of them if you're giving it to
Well,
yourself.
I have that by default, so
Oh,
it's
so
5
everybody-
others.
Okay. So just Asilius does not have it, and Shatterkai have 120, so he's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
All the rest have 300 now.
So Asilius and Kieran's motions, they are going to do one of two things. They're going to start in a default methodology of, I am going to do what I'm told, but if the thing that you do tell them is something that they are not okay with or they just don't want to do, they're probably not going to do it.
Yeah.
Miavar is going to do whatever Lose does. So what I'm going to do, and you're not in control
Bestie.
of the character when it comes to like fighting and decisions, but just to make my job a bunch times easier, I am going to give you Lose
Work.
control of the token.
Cool.
All right. So we've landed, Captain.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Hmm.
I mean, I can go back to Braddock.
No, I mean, alright.
I'm sure he's getting really excited about the stealth mission that he's about to fuck around on.
So this skull we could walk on, and then we can
No. You're looking at the map wrong. So you can go up
Yep.
along the side onto the snoot of it, but the passageway is like a barrel into the mouth.
Oh, it
So-
goes into the map. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
There are steps here.
that go up onto the side of it. But yeah, that's not the primary entrance, so to speak.
Okay.
Into
So-
the bird's mouth is into the ship.
Okay. So yeah, I would like to go into that.
Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just walking right in like you own the place? Because it's definitely sounds like you'd be walking into a busy portion of the craft.
I would prefer to be stealthy as to get as close as possible
Okay,
to the center.
then probably up onto the beak then.
Okay.
Okay.
And then who was the one with the bow? Was it Kieran or Silas?
Kieran is the one with the guns. You can see it on his token. And then Silas is the one with the bow. You can see it on his token.
Okay. We'll just go this way, try to avoid as many eyes as possible.
All right. So I need everybody that is on the bird. Stop there, Jonah. And I'll move up to you as well, I guess. But I need
You want me to
everybody
move
who's
back?
moving to go ahead and make a stealth check.
Alright, here we go.
And Cassia, did you move up?
Got a 9.
Yeah.
You got a 9?
Yeah,
Okay.
because of the cloak.
All right. So as you're walking across the skull, you would notice that this guy kind of moves to the edge and kind of looks down at you, then comes over to this portion of the steps, and then points down at you and says, "Hey!"
Hello.
And then he raises a lantern up to you, bullseye lantern, shining it down at you. In response, Asilius will shoot at him. Because Asilius was not commanded to do anything, but you are stupid.
Arrow to the neck.
He misses. Wow, that is. Actually, I have advantage and I have elven accuracy, so I'm going to click it again. 21 will hit, and then damage on that will be 10 plus 76. Okay, so that'd be a 33. Yeah, as he kind of like walks out and looks like he's about to like head down the steps, he also looks like he's reaching for something on his belt. You see an arrow fly, hit him straight in the neck, and he falls straight down with a loud thud. and then slides down onto the deck here.
Its face plants on the stairs.
Metal. Okay, I'm into it.
Asilius looks at you and says, and then kind of moves to this side here. Kieran moves over to the body and picks it up. It is on his shoulders. So in that time frame, so shot, move to cover. Kieran, move up, grab the body as the action. Castia, you can take an action turn.
I'll probably try to continue moving forward to get where they're.
Okay, since you're kind of approaching in this way, go ahead and make a stealth check. And then,
Another one.
Oh, you already made one. Yeah, 14's fine. And then Lose, did you already throw one? Yeah, super fast. Yeah, you can move up. And go ahead and move Miavar up as well.
Okay, I'll just move us together then.
And she doesn't have stealth trained, but she's good. Okay, so in that process, okay, you can hear kind of a, "Oh, is that?" And then you hear footfall. I don't know. Let's go check it out. As these two start their slow walk towards the side. After that process happens, Kieran takes the body, moves the body over to here, and then kind of starts lowering himself down while lowering the body down towards the water.
Okay.
That's what he's doing during this turn. Asilius, kind of against the wall, bow in hand, reaches for another arrow and slowly places it in, nocks it, kind of looking up over the ridge. Orlandus, you're standing there like a buffoon. In
You didn't give
Asilius,
me a chance to say anything. I was letting you go.
no. Again, I know. I'm just saying that's where you moved on your first bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do what you like.
I'll try to hide under the stairs if anything.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. Give
Try.
advantage due to the cloak.
16.
You hide under the steps. Lose, you see them coming.
She's
You're
knocking an arrow.
knocking an arrow. Okay. You
kind of like trying to hide in the shadow of this boat.
So you're not trying to ready an action to shoot. You're trying to hide,
No,
right?
well, no, I'm more readying the bow, but
Okay.
she's
Your stealth was
sort of
high enough. You can
trying
kind
to-
of
yeah,
linger off of
she's
that.
trying to be. Yeah, I'm trying to play off the 23, John.
Love it. Miavar will also
I roll real good.
ready a weapon. She doesn't do bows, so she kind of
Yeah.
like, you see her kind of like hand on the thin blade. She reaches like kind of behind her back and pulls out a single dagger and kind of holds it up like she's ready to throw it.
Yeah.
Okay. Castia?
I will. Most of my stuff is flashy.
And basically anything with a somatic
Moonbeam.
component can't be done quietly, by the way.
I will just try to stay hidden under where I'm at already.
Asilius kind of looks to you, and then you see his ears perk and then kind of move, and he looks straight across the way at Lose, and Lose, you look straight across the way at him, and he goes. Then this asshole comes around the corner and looks down the way. He does not see anybody, so as far as you can tell, and then reaches for his belt, and as an action will light his bullseye lantern.
Oh, I already
Yep.
shot an arrow.
Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
She will miss. I think. No, she hits. Okay. They have exactly 13 AC.
Nice.
And minus 10. So, boom, bam, and the other guy, huh? And then Asilius leaps up a vertical of about 15 feet, and in the air, fires 3 arrows straight down into these guys.
God damn.
Yeah, unfortunately, he rolls these with disadvantage, so they're just rolling straight
Damn.
and no sneak attack.
He doesn't need it.
First one, bam, bam. Okay, so that'll kill him on the nose, luckily.
Nice.
And then the other one will not kill. It'll bloody.
Still good though.
Alright. So he lands and kind of, perturbed. Kieran at this point has lowered the guy down far enough that he's able to let him dip into the water without a sound. So that gets rid of the body, and then Kieran will kind of get up and stand behind Castia. And then he kind of whispers to you, Castia, do you got any quiet weapons?
Quiet, but shiny.
Spins out a knife, kind of just hands it to you, handle first.
Okay.
It is
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I have an extra attack.
Yeah,
Can
you can
I...
shoot twice.
Okay, but can I
No, it's
see
okay.
this guy?
Well, no, you'll have shot first, so go ahead and get your shots.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll
I
just
forgot.
move
My
the
bad.
ones over if it's possible.
Didn't hit anyway.
Nope.
Hit the side of the ship.
Yeah.
Thunk.
Okay. So then, Orlandis, you are hidden underneath the stairs. The situation is as I described it.
Okay. I can run up and try to jab him with my spear, or no, it has to be a melee.
If you want to, you can.
Kick him in
And
his head.
it doesn't have to be a melee weapon, but directed strike means you're going to basically command someone at a distance. So
Okay, so then yeah, I'll.
you're not listening to what I'm saying. It'll be loud.
Oh, would it be loud? Shit. Okay. So yeah, I'll just run up and try to stab this guy with my spear.
Yep. Crit.
23. Oh,
You are doing it from hidden.
gotcha. Alright, so yeah.
Sufficient.
That
So you kind of see everybody kind of shooting at him. You rush up from the stairs very quickly and quietly. Very quickly and unseen. You're pretty noisy though, and you slam into the guy. You do hear that there's some kind of talking and commotion going on up here. I need you to tell me narratively what you do precisely when you stab the guy and you have them on your spear, basically.
I'll try to get him down as quietly as possible to the
And when you
ground.
say down, you mean down onto the ground or down where you started from?
On the ground.
Make an athletics check. Okay, so
21.
you basically stab, look up, and then just kind of lift over your shoulder, just throwing him off of the railing behind you with kind of a bit of a thunk. It's not super loud, but as quiet as you can get. And then, what would you like to do to follow up?
Try to grab this one and bring him down
To
the
follow
stairs.
up from the one you're grabbing. Other people are going to have to deal with that. You get one action.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Though.
Are you moving?
Oh yes, if I can. Hell yeah. I'll try to go back.
Just stand there like a dumbass again.
I'll go back down.
All right. Asilius will move directly underneath their little spot. Lose and Miavar will follow with you.
Like right here, I guess, under the stairs.
Yeah, you kind of drop down, use his body as a cushion, and then just kind of get back underneath your little spot.
My hidey hole.
Let's see. She has 30 feet, right?
She has 30 feet, yep.
Okay. Is it an extra, difficult terrain?
No.
Is it difficult terrain to go up the stairs?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Good question.
Yep. I just want to go over here. Oh, not that.
Okay. So because there was a bit of a sound, if you're wanting to stay hidden, you'll have to reset it, which Asilius just did. I forgot to roll his stealth, but again, he can't roll less than a 10, so
Gucci.
yeah, he's fine. Okay, so then you move, and then Miavar will stealth as well.
Yeah.
She's also good. And she's kind of, like, as she's moving past this guy here, she's pulling her dagger out of him as a free action. Kieran will, seeing the situation, kind of move here, and as he's moving past Cassie, he'll say, "We're here, little lady," and then kind of reaches up, grabs his ankles, and just pulls with like a and then just kind of drops him down. You actually think he's going to make a loud sound, but you watch as Kieran like pulls him off, resets, and then kind of grabs him in midair, and then just slowly kind of lowers him down onto the ground.
Like it.
Castia.
I remembered that I have a wand of magic missile, so I'm going to have that ready. And
So-
then can
Knife in one hand, magic missile pulled out in the other hand. Okay. And then your passive perception is good enough that you notice that there are people up on this ship, which is
Yeah.
about a little higher than the others. It's about 20 feet up. So you're not sure if they're noticing you. Nobody's looking over the railing or anything, so you're pretty sure they're not.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye on them and try to move. I'm gonna try to move up towards where Orlandis is, if I can at least get closer there to where everybody else is without being exposed afterwards.
And so you would see that these are the same pirates I described to Foxen. It does look like the one that's closest to you. You can kind of see through the railing their jeweled saber. And speaking of Foxen, we're snapping back out of this positioning to that side of it. You, being a shinobi, are pretty cognizant of kind of these stealth elements. I'm going to give you a free perception check. Okay, so you're not aware of the current scuffling going on the opposite side of this, because it's a bit down from you. There are sounds that are happening, but they're just outside of your notice. You would see the three that we mentioned. You would see that there's a way kind of to aggress besides that. Your move as you'd like, Foxen.
Can I get into this middle ship right here? Like where the cannons are?
You can ping it.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is this opening right here?
So it looks like the parts where you think there's an opening that would go in are not open. They actually are broken, but the interior they've basically created walls on the inside, where posts would be to hold the supports up. They've created new walls. There's no door at that point either. It doesn't look like that was a normal method for entry. It looks like there is. You can see the flag position here. It's kind of a raised post, and it looks like there's half of this kind of post that will flip over on itself to form a bridge from the top to the side there, but you're pretty sure that will be a sound, a very long and kind of noisy endeavor.
Hmm.
Basically, this part here kind of it jackknifes so that it creates a bridge.
Okay, well, I'm going to ignore the little bit of sound I can't hear, and I'm going to go and walk up the side of this little wall.
Okay.
Up onto it.
So you kind of start moving on the jawbone of this creature, and as you kind of ascend up a bit, you'll see that there is a massive kind of area. It looks like there are a number of bottles that have been imbibed. It does look like there is a what appears to be shark skin kind of laying out in a very cool fashion from a throne. There are a number of treasure chests. Two of them look like they've been here for a while. They have a layer of barnacles kind of growing on them, whereas the newest ones to the right here appear to have the same marking that you saw on the flag of the merchant ship that you just saw got taken down. It's completely quiet here, so you can tell. Give me another perception check. Okay, so you would know that this place is not completely unoccupied. And what you find to be the case is that inside of the skull on the top of the throne, there's kind of a gentle purring sound. And as you kind of focus in on it, you can see that there is an orange cat settled inside of this massive ogre skull on the top of that throne. Seems to be sleeping.
Cute.
And same as before, it looks like there are passageways that lead down into the ship, but it doesn't look like there are any paths that lead into the sections of the ship. So this looks like it was a blown out piece, but there's a wall there. The only way that you think that you can enter, based on everything you've seen, would be the front door of this, effectively a cabin. And also at this point, too, you would notice the guys to the north of you. A lot going on over here.
Okay. Can I get down on this little platform right here?
Yeah. And so that level is the same level as this level here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that level. Okay.
Yeah. This is above you, but you can easily kind of, because of
Do-do-do.
spider climb, just boop, right up.
I'm
Yep.
gonna try and sneak past the cat.
Yep. So the other thing you would notice is that this wheel, based on the way you know the ship moves, is strangely placed. But at the same time, not insanely strangely placed. Obviously, there's nothing here that kind of is systematically formatted. There's no symmetry. It's just kind of a mess. If this actually does pilot the ship, you aren't sure how that's the case. But as you kind of sneak out and move over to that position, you would see that there's a crow's nest. It only goes about 20 feet over where you're at, but it does look like an older gentleman with a very big pirate hat is kind of up there, just kind of lazily laying, against the rail. Looks like he's smoking a cigar of some sort, just being a watch.
Kill one person. Probably not. Hmm. Do I go Splinter Cell or do I go super sneaky mode? Okay.
Looking down, you can see that there are some kind of iron blades kind of attached to the teeth of the sea beast that you can see kind of jutting out of the wood. It almost looks like this boat that you're kind of standing on, sort of, or maybe the boat underneath it, was bit by the sea beast, and then the sea beast was killed, and then they just took the sea beast and the ship and just lashed it onto their fucking thing. You're not sure how the construction makes any sense. It's an absolute mess for sure. But the two guards look like they are cognizant, aware, conscious, awake. The window directly beneath you is open.
Hmm. Do I have something? Not. Okay, I would like to take out a gold coin and try to like toss it over their heads to over here.
Okay.
Just to get them to look, just to get them to look away for a second.
So you're basically trying to create a distraction to give you a possible edge on your stealth check into the window. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a deception roll without advantage or anything. Okay. You throw the coin over that way, and it hits. But it hits farther than you were anticipating, and it doesn't seem to catch their attention whatsoever.
We'll just try it again.
Yeah, you're certainly welcome to. Okay. So you throw it over that direction, it hits, and for just a second you see them both kind of look over in that direction and then turn back and look forward. They don't seem to see what caused the noise, and the noise, it doesn't really seem to excite them to go and investigate.
Oh, they're good guards.
But in that moment, if you'd like to try then, you can.
No, because I would like to actually see what's in the window before I just jump in the window.
Well, yeah, if you want to pop down and look in the window and then pop back up,
Yeah.
you can.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do.
So you'll make your stealth check for that specific function, since you're not going in with advantage. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Roll today. 13. Oh wait.
So you have to hit above their passive perception, which as you kind of lean in and then kind of look into the window, you're able to see. Hold on a second here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bear with me. I am trying so hard. There's a lot going on here.
I believe in you. You can do it.
So you would see, and it looks like the hold on, dynamic lighting is on. Are you able to see on the left side or no?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it. Okay, I think I know what happened there.
I see nothing. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see nothing.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't want you to lie to me.
I see what you're talking about earlier. The
Yeah.
council area. Well, you did describe it to me earlier, so I did see this already.
It's still. Oh, I see what happened. The layers on new Roll20 are kind of silly, but I think I've got them. Okay, cool. It shouldn't happen again. But yeah, you understand what I mean by the interior. Cool. That said, you look into the window, you see a shit ton of treasure all over the place. A massive crocodile skin that's been kind of fluffed up and seems to be kind of filled with like something very kind of fluffy and pillow-like. There are two candelabras just outside this mass of like fluffy crocodile. There's a desk on the top of the crocodile, a huge map, bunch of map shit, empty food plates, more bottles, a mug, and then there's a chair, and laying in that chair, kind of just in a very strange fashion, is a blue-skinned tiefling with noticeable and familiar-looking markings that you'd be aware of. As you are looking into the window, you hear a, "What the hell?" At that moment, we'll snap back to the other spot. Your ear perks up on the left side of your head. You look to the side of it, and you see that this guard seems to notice that you are present. Because sadly, 13 was not higher than their 15 passive. So, what would you like to do in response? Again, you have him surprised, and you haven't moved as much as you can this turn. So, what would you like to do in response?
Vital.
He's thinking so hard.
I don't know what to do. He sees me.
Well, you got to do something.
Just pretend to be like a normal big ass rat.
That is looking into a window while, again, because remember, your position is not accurate there. It's more or less like that.
I'm like hanging on the side of the window.
Yep.
Make like rat noises.
And I would say you're taking a full turn, but your speed will be reduced by 5 because you kind of had to crawl down and look in. So you can do your turn as you like. You can do whatever you want, so long as it falls in the normal initiative cycle.
I'm just gonna say hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
I'm new. I don't know what to do.
You got to do something.
Hello there.
And again, the best role playing comes from spur of the moment, mentally kind of fitting yourself in the character, in the role, in the position, and doing exactly what you think you would do in the moment. That doesn't always mean fight and murder. Sometimes it does. But again, it definitely looks like you would be outnumbered very quickly in this circumstance if that were the case.
I'm going to throw my fucking pocket sand at his eyes.
At him. Okay.
And get the fuck out of here.
Okay, go ahead and throw me the stats for pocket sand.
Do I have it on here still?
Because I know what you mean, but I don't know what the mechanics are right now at the top.
R.I.P. Dale.
Alright, inflammatory powder. Each creature that fails it is a 15-foot cone, so you're just hitting him. The other guy doesn't seem to notice you. He does seem to be turning in that direction, due in part to the fact that his friend just said something. Alright.
I don't know what the roll for. Where the hell is it go?
And you said you're running immediately after, right? You're not even going to look to see if it worked?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking
Go ahead and move. You hear a, my eyes! from him. And then, what the hell's going on?
You said I have half movement?
You just had 5 movement off of your top, so you can move your full speed, just 5 less.
I'm going to go.
You going up?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do me a favor.
I also want to like change my use my if I can. I want to use my hat.
Oh.
I said like one of the pirates.
Ooh. What's the hat? Hat of disguise. I think is an action to do it. So hat of disguise.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Please be funny.
Okay. So what I will say is you're going up the ladder. You're not going up as fast as you can. You're trying to kind of maintain like a position so you're not all the way at the top yet. That's the first round of initiative for the purposes of kind of tracking, right? During the second round, you hear down below the surprise guy going, "What the hell happened? I don't know. I didn't see him very well, but somebody's over there." And is kind of just feverishly like, yelling and pointing, right? You hear the footsteps above you shifting as it sounds like the watchman is kind of turning to move towards that side of the crow's nest. During the second round of initiative, where they're all surprised, your action is turning yourself into who do you want to look like?
I want to look like one of the
One of
you said
those.
the guard, the
one of
guard
those-
one. Got the like the bandana and the.
Oh, you want to look like the captain guy, or not the captain. He's not
like
he's not the captain, but like the leader guy. Okay,
Yeah.
I meant to say leader guy. Okay, so you shift into him, okay, and then you come out, and he's there, and he goes, "Oh, Joseph," kind of raises his hand up to his hat. What brings you up here? What's going on down there?
No, I was coming to ask you.
Deception. I kind of every time I say deception like that, I always want to be like, deception.
I know, close character sheet. Man. Open character sheet. Where is it? There it is.
My brain always goes to
Uh,
the Lion King.
Also, I think I will have advantage.
Yep, you have advantage. The only thing that's giving you kind of a penalty here is the fact that you've never heard the other guy talk.
Well, I listened to the other guys talk sometimes. I like
A little bit. A little bit.
Well,
You're
I
right.
get-
No,
I
you know
get-
what? You're right. You're right. You're right. You did hear him talk. Good call. I will notate that. He goes, what did you say to him?
I was asking you. What's all the commotion?
I don't know. You just checking in on me, doing an audit? He kind of looks over the rail, like turning his back to you, not even concerned now. Seems to be comfortable and is looking down over in that direction. And then you see that this guy is kind of rushing over here. He says, "Here," and hands him something. "Just wash out your eyes," and then kind of runs over to here, looking around, like detecting. What would you do in response there? I will say that at this point, the two of you would be kind of shifted like this. So he's actually on the edge, looking down this way, and it looks like he's probably about to talk down to them.
I'm going to shout down.
What are you shouting down?
I'm going to ask them what's happening.
Make another deception roll, because again, you're talking to a new person here.
What's going on?
Just keep closing for stuff.
Okay. You come to the edge and say, "What's going on down there?" Someone just threw something in his eyes. I think they're trying to make a move on the captain." The old guy says, "Well, wake up the captain then."
Well, I haven't seen anything.
"Well, come down here. We'll show you. His eyes are burning." And you can hear his mewling. "Oh, my eyes." And actually, I'm going to pause on this side here. So you're kind of in this position, right? And then moving back to the other crew. Asilius is beneath the place where it looks like these crew members are kind of sitting there. These crew members don't look like they're combat crew members. They don't look like the ones that are in armor. They look more like, boats rights. They're like kind of, deck workers. And they're up there, and it looks like they're drinking, and they're just having a good time out here. And Asilius is kind of underneath them with his arrows.
Ready to kill?
Looking at Lose and Miavar.
She'll kind of start taking aim at.
He kind
the
of
sword.
raises his hand, takes the arrow and kind of puts it back into his quiver, puts the handle of the bow in his mouth, and then grabs a hold of the rigging and the rail and such. He starts climbing up, gets to a position where he's directly underneath this one in the back, and then he looks over at you, nods his head, and then he lifts himself up at that moment. Miavar's got the dagger. She's ready to throw it. 11 actually hits these guys. Miavar will throw a dagger. 10 is sufficient. 5 is not. So I'm assuming you shoot the first one, kill it, and then shoot the second one to finish it off.
Yeah.
Your first arrow hits and kind of sets into the neck, and you can see a mixture of blood and booze coming out of their throat as they kind of gurgle and start falling. The dagger hits the other person in the chest, and they kind of like let out, ugh! And then your arrow, the second one, shoots. You then hear kind of like a sickening kind of slashing sound, and then you just see an eruption of red liquid fly over the top of the two you killed and just splash down on the ground near you. And then you can see Asilius kind of standing over top of them, short sword like held in an ice pick grip, and his bow still in his mouth. And he kind of flicks the blade, sheaths it, and then takes the bow back into his hand, nodding his head.
Yeah. She nods in approval. Like, yeah, we're a good team.
Okay. So at that point, Orlandus, you can see that your murder machines are kind of making their way up slowly and killing people. Kieran seems to kind of taken, for whatever reason, cleanup duty and is slowly moving all the bodies over and just dishing them off. He's also staying close to Castia as well, for whatever reason.
Okay.
Asilius is definitely kind of taking the murder lead with the redheads. They are doing their killing, and then Vravik, at the beginning of next session, we'll be starting with your current predicament, with you currently looking like the again captain. When I say captain, I mean more in a military sense. Like there's definitely higher than the captain in this instance, but yeah, the kind of higher up guy, the management member, and you've taken his likeness and are talking to the old watchman and the two guards after pocket sanding one of them in the face. All right. Any questions? Or actually, that's done after I kill the stream. So then we'll pick up next week. We will see you then as we continue our foray on the Hydra, the mass of ships that is controlled by the pirate lord, who has been identified as none other than Solavagant, the tiefling. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
See ya. Bye, Wombat.
See ya.
Pirate